Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to Critical Beauty. Tonight, we're going to have a reacting group discussion to the recently concluded MGI All Stars Finals First Edition. And I think all of us have a lot to say. So, anyway, we're waiting for my guests, Noemi and Wilfredo and Ron, and hopefully Andy will be able to join us. We're just waiting for them to enter the chat room. I see Noemi already. Hello. Hello. So, if you guys have anything to say about the finals, feel free to voice them out. We all want to know what you guys think of the finals of the Miss Grand International All Stars 2026 first edition. Okay, I'm sure. Let me see. What is happening? What is wrong? What is going on with my computer? Okay, there you go. Okay, there you go. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Wow, you're loud, girl.
Oh, I am?
Oh, no, I think it's my volume. I had it on full blast earlier.
Okay.
I forgot to I forgot to adjust it. Oh my God. So hopefully Wilfredo, I think
Were
Wilfredo's
you
gonna be
yelling
here.
and screaming?
I was yelling and screaming. Actually, more so than JD. JD was like kind of like very calm. He was like very reposed, as usual. And yeah, like I
Very
think an hour
zen.
towards the end, he started performing this witchcraft shet, like burning incense or something. Praying that Vanessa Pulgarin would win, etc. And I think his witchcraft worked.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
That was like that was like so cool. And
Oh my God.
yeah, but it was very interesting. I had to like get up. Oh my God. I had like barely 6 hours of sleep last night because I was so excited. I just couldn't sleep. And then I didn't go to bed until about almost midnight. Got up around, my God, like 6 o'clock or something, and then took a quick shower, had coffee, and that's it. And then I started setting up
Mhm.
my Zoom. So Wilfredo is entering the room.
Mm.
I'm sure he has a lot to say, as always.
Well, I was the one that had to tell him that the pageant was going
10,
on because he
9,
was
10.
like, I text him,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, I'm like, are you watching the All Stars? And he's like, where? And I'm like, what do you mean where?
What? That's shocking. Usually he would know all about these things. You
Yeah, he
know,
was.
I just don't get it. Maybe he
No,
was like
I
out
didn't
of the
wake up at
loop or
5 o'clock in
something.
the morning though. I was like,
Oh, you
mm-mm.
didn't? So what time did you wake
My
up?
day. Yeah, no, it's my day off. It's my day off, and I was gonna sleep, so I
Oh, okay.
slept.
All right. So how much of the actual pageant
I
production did
saw it. I saw it all the way to. I think it was. Um, I caught it when they were. Was it top 18?
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So
that's where I started watching.
you didn't miss much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't
because
miss
there's
much. I didn't
no,
miss
because
like
there were just so
no.
many commercials and these sponsors commercials. It's like a loop that they play over and over again. It's dragged, and of course,
Yeah,
the infamous computer. Oh, not a computer, but the website crashed because everybody was like voting.
voting. Yeah.
It's like reminiscent of
Mm-hmm.
Miss Universe 2015. Remember when the computer crashed as well?
Yeah.
Look what we have
Mhm.
here, Runway Poppy. Woohoo!
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah.
Hola, mi vida, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, bien, bien. Hola, mi corazón. Mabuja, ¿cómo está acá, Filipinos? Hola, mi hermosa
Mabuhay!
Colombia. Felicidades.
So happy to see. Well, it's too bad
Yeah.
you missed JD and me discussing the live reaction.
Yeah, I was having problems with my Zoom, and then I was like, where I was, and I'm like, you know what? I just watched and I did my best. Um, I'm happy with
I
the
think I'm
results.
happy. I think about I would say like 95% of all the pageant pages had picked Colombia, Vanessa, as the winner. Maybe
Yeah.
one or
Mhm.
two, yeah, one or two like Filipino pages and had Philippines as number one. And
Well,
then all the other
obviously, yeah.
ones, well, yeah, bias, of course. You're gonna go for
Mhm.
nationalism, patriotism here. And then but I
Yes.
was so happy because she has been very consistent from day one. She was amazing at Miss Universe when I
Yes.
saw her. I didn't see anything flaws about this woman. I mean, come to think of it, she's
No,
34.
during her participation, no.
Yeah, I mean, this woman, she's like 34. She has an
She was
amazing
very
body.
consistent.
What?
Yeah.
What did you say, Noemi? I missed that one.
Hmm. She was consistent.
Yeah, all
Wilfredo,
along.
did
Yeah,
you say something?
yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
from the very beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody was happy, everybody was ecstatic. But I think what made me nervous was when during the evening gown, top 10 evening gown competition, when she didn't get a lot of tens from the judges. And I wrote them down actually right here. I have the
Mhm.
list of, which judge voted for whom, which girl, and what scores did they give, etc. So we're going to talk about that later.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, saying hello to everybody who's watching. Like 24 people watching. Hello,
Mhm.
people. Good morning, good afternoon, mabuhay. Jujin says your winner won. Yeah, my winner won. Hey guys, the breaks were too long for sure. I literally fell asleep before crowning. Really? Not me. I was like glued. I couldn't fall asleep because I was doing a live stream. Yeah, and then I was
Yeah.
just so excited and stuff. Isabella Menin went live crying. Why? Why did she cry? What did she cry about? Because Czech Republic, her best friend, did not win? Maybe.
No, I think
Crying
she
about.
was trying talking about she gave what a lower score to Thailand. I think it was 7.5.
Oh, let me see. Let me check my chart, my score.
And she did a live about explaining her why
No,
she
she
gave
gave
that score.
she gave a 10 to Thailand,
The
to
reason why
Darina.
she gave the score?
Yeah, but no, I think it was 7.5 to one of the girls.
No, Natalie Glebova gave 7.5 to Thailand. That was the lowest score
Oh, okay,
that
okay.
Natalie gave to any of the contestants. So people are wondering why did Natalie give 7.5 to
But
Thailand? Is there something
apparently she
personal between the two women going on that we don't know? Maybe she has
no,
a personal issue with Darina, or maybe because of the gown, because the gown it looked almost like what Opal had worn in Miss Universe in Mexico. It was the same style. Maybe Natalie was thinking, "Oh my God, I've seen that gown before. It looks like
Yeah.
Opal's."
Mhm.
Maybe that's the
oh,
reason. I don't know.
thank you. Somebody refresh my memory because I watched that flash. She was crying, she was explaining because of the lower score that she gave to Venezuela to Gabriela. She gave a lower score to Gabriela.
Who,
But
Isabella?
yeah, she was explaining something about scoring. I kind of watched it fast. Um,
Isabella gave Gabriela an 8.
Apparently, she gave a lower score.
The
Apparently,
lowest
people,
score. So the lowest score that any of the judges gave was Omar giving Yamilex a 7 in the evening gown competition. That was the lowest 7. All the others were 8, 9, and then tens. Plenty of tens. Jojo, he was like the most generous judge. He practically gave a
Mhm.
10 to all the girls. So yeah.
my God, he was feeling it. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. I enjoyed the pageant, and I know we're gonna go through that. Some of the scores I don't think were after what happened with one of the judges and giving lower scores. I think they were very scared to give low scores, which I think is completely ridiculous. And I think we might talk about it, but with this thing about this particular judge giving 1 point to a candidate, that is his
Yeah.
opinion. I don't have any problems giving somebody a 1. I would have gave her a 0 if I had the power to give 0. I mean, the number is 1 to 10. You have your own voice. A judge cannot be biased to be scared to be boo or whatever. You need to be honest. You need to be sincere. For example, and at this point, I don't care. I think Philippines Gazini, she made it too far because her evening gown was gorgeous. She did not know how to walk on that gown. I
Yeah,
don't know if she didn't
she almost
practice.
like tilted to the
And
right,
then
I think. Yeah.
exactly, she has
Yeah.
several difficulties, and I felt like she was doing so much. Even in her pre-recorded speech video,
Mhm.
she sounded so rehearsed and almost fake
Yeah,
versus when she
that's
was
her weakest.
answering.
Her communication skills is her weakest.
She was
Yeah.
like talking like that, and oh my god, and oh my god,
Yeah.
and oh my god, and I'm like, I'm gonna sleep right now. So for me, she made it too far, and I believe it's because either some of the judges and that 30% of
The
voting,
public votes.
the
Yeah.
public vote.
Yeah.
She deserves to be one of the top 18. I said it. I said what was of her weakness with, I don't know if she heard or somebody advised her because she wasn't smiling too much this time and she
I
was
think,
looking
Wilfredo, I think
amazing
somebody heard and they
because
relayed your message to her. Yeah.
she like, and I stand by it. When she smiles, she loses it. She needs to be serious. She needs to be somber. She is That smile is not her best friend, and I will stand by it. I'm happy that she made it to top 18. I do not think she deserved to advance to top 5 for the performance in Evening Gown.
Uh-huh.
And I don't say that she was the only one that had some technical difficulties, but hers was too obvious. I was
Mhm.
like, beautiful gown, beautiful gown. But hey,
The
I
execution
wonder,
was average.
I wonder how the results would have played if the public vote, the fan votes were not included. That's what I'm
It would have been a complete
wondering.
different result. It would be completely
Hmm.
different. I think countries that didn't have the support in regards to fan voting would have advanced.
Yeah, like Czech
That's
Republic.
Hmm.
the problem. That's the
Yeah.
problem when you add the fan vote. Not every country has that push
Right.
and that following. And when you have girls from the same country, that's when the votes tend to kind of like split as well.
Hmm. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
People have all, their own
then you
thoughts about the
have
voting
that
process.
that kind of like, I mean, I understand why they, yeah, exactly. And they wanted to have some control over, getting their girl place, right? Which is fine. We want to be engaged and stuff like that. I think the voting process, and I like that it was live and that you could see everybody's score. That's what everybody wanted. That's what you got. Don't complain. You
Don't
know,
complain.
don't
Yeah.
complain because and I think that there is something that you have to keep aware when you're doing these types of pageants, especially international ones,
Uh-huh.
especially if you have judges that have never been a judge for a pageant. You really need to sit down with your panel of judges and let them know exactly what you're looking for, exactly how to vote, what what is going to what how are you going to maybe give a lower score to a girl because they didn't follow instructions? How is that going to affect the girl,
Hmm.
etc.?
Hmm.
Those are things that need to be discussed way in advance before the show,
The actual judging,
and
exactly.
so that everybody's on the same page. I don't believe in giving ones or twos or threes to any delegate.
Yeah, me neither.
Honestly, I
No,
don't
I
believe in
think
that.
no, me
I
neither.
believe that I think the lowest score that you could give a girl, either a 4 or 5,
I would be
and
happy with
that's
a 4. A 4 for
with
me would be the lowest
exactly,
because a 4 is considered all could be considered as a median or an average score. Yeah.
exactly. So I would rather give a girl that So because when you look at the results, when these girls saw that they got ones or twos, that really broke their spirit. And even though you say, well, they should know better because they know what they're getting into, but these girls, this is the first time in years that we see a pageant that is literally putting up scores. We have it. When was the last time that Miss Universe put up scores up live?
You know what? I can't even
I can
remember.
remember
Okay,
maybe
that was. I think it
2002.
was like. I think it was.
Was it in Panama when Oksana won? Was it in
I
2002?
think it was Panama.
Panama. Okay. Or
Yeah,
2000. Yeah, 2000,
2002 or
2002.
2003.
2003,
Yeah.
Panama. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. 23
So
years
that was the
ago.
last time that we really saw live voting. So keeping
And all
that
the
in
other
mind,
pageants, all the other, well, we have
all the
Miss
other
World.
Miss World, but theirs is a
Yeah.
different way of scoring. So it's very them. But in regards to just scores in general, we have not seen that in years. So the fact that we're seeing it now, and the reason why we're seeing it because of the explosion that happened at Miss Universe. If that didn't happen at Miss Universe, believe me, we wouldn't be seeing live scores in this edition of All Stars at all.
That's
Now,
true.
the fact that they're doing the scores, I like it because then you see more or less what, where you're at, where you need to focus your, clean up, try to advance. What areas do I need to perfect and have an idea? But again, it's all about having your judges being on the same page, knowing exactly what they're looking for. Okay, stop being biased because there was a lot of judges that were very biased. You can't be
For sure.
biased. You have to evaluate everyone in the same lane, regardless whether you know the girl or not. Just
Yes.
because you want to advance your country so they could have a better standing, that's not fair. Because there was other countries that come from smaller countries that didn't even advance, that should have advanced, that did amazing. Look at UK, look at Armenia.
Yeah.
I
Girls
know. I felt bad
girls that
for those
were on
girls.
the chart, but then when they added the fan vote,
And then they dropped out of
they
the, yeah.
dropped.
The Dominican Republic, the one with the curly hair that I love, she didn't even make it, and she
Danielka.
was
Yeah.
stunning
She
in
slayed in the
swimsuit.
swimsuit. She was amazing in swimsuit.
Yeah, I think she was one of the best when I don't have my notes from the previous live that we had. But I will be honest, I will give it one. If nobody wants to see a low score, don't put it in the bracket. I have given ones. I have given ones because this
Yeah,
is
but
the
you've
thing.
given once, but it hasn't been,
No, I
televised.
understand. I understand that, but I've been in competitions where your scores are given to the people. So this is the thing. And I understand the point of everybody. Oh my God, their spirit. I don't care. I don't care. You put yourself there. If they want to prevent lower scores, then they need to say 5 to 10 and erase that decimal point. Either 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom.
But
Because
then that's what you have to say when you meet with your judges. The first
but
thing
that
that
is
I
the
do the first thing that I did with Grand, when I did Grand, I even told the judges, I was like, the lowest score I want you to give is either a 4 or a 5. That is the lowest that I want you to score, even though the scoring was from 1 to 10. But I said no girl deserves a 1, 2, or 3 because there's a reason why they're there.
Right,
They're giving their
exactly.
all, regardless whether they're not physically fit, they're not physically appealing to you, regardless, it really demeans them. It really affects them. And I understand it's a mental competition as well, because we all know that all international pageants are mental. You have to be not only physically
Mhm.
prepared, but mentally prepared for
Yes.
whatever is going to happen. You know,
Mhm.
the attacks, the
Yes.
criticism.
So the girls who received one, like Laos and
Mhm.
China or Turkey or whatever, they did not expect to get a one or a two.
No,
No, they
no,
did not. Because, but I think the problem is, I think it should really come up from the top. Like, know what?
exactly.
Know
Hmm.
what? Well, if you're going to evaluate, the judging process, why don't you start evaluating the way you choose the judges? First of all, there were
Exactly.
so many conflicts of interest from day one. Abina
Yes,
is the national director of Ghana. There's no fucking way
Hmm.
in the world that she would not vote for her girl Ghana. She would have to.
exactly.
She doesn't have any choice but to vote for
Well,
Ghana. And then
right.
you have
Hmm.
Lupita, who is the director of Miss Grand Mexico. There's no way that she's not going to vote for Mexico and give her tens all the time. Okay.
Exactly.
And then you've
Hmm.
Osmel, of course, he's very biased as well towards Latinas most of the
Hmm.
time. And then, of course, Jojo, he was trying to please both the international judges and the Filipino public rather. But he was like very generous. And then Omar, of course, the bomb exploded when he started giving ones and whatnot.
Hmm.
So you
And
wonder,
threes,
and
and like,
threes,
whoa.
and then all of a
Hmm.
sudden, oh my God, he's giving sevens, eights, nines, and tens to during the finals. So it's not a very consistent system. So you have
Exactly. That's what. Yeah.
so yeah,
That's.
so I think
Well,
Nawat did a great job by inviting all these judges
hmm.
from
Hmm.
associated with the Machineverse from last year because they were so controversial, and that's one thing, of course, we like about Nawat because he's a genius as far as marketing goes because he's
Hmm.
using all these people who had some controversy around us behind them from Miss Universe, invite them to come over to MGI All Stars, and of course the whole world will follow all these
Hmm.
judges, all the
Yeah.
Miss Grand.
Hmm.
And it's great. And of course, the public voting, which is a money grab, obviously. Uh, but anyway, going back to selecting the judging panel, yeah, there's no way if this would never happen in Miss Universe under Trump or under or IMG. No,
No. No.
because
Mm-mm.
everything
Mm-mm.
was like conflict of interest, none
Yeah.
whatsoever. You cannot invite a judge who has had a personal relationship with a contestant.
With a
That's a
contestant.
Hmm.
That's
no-no.
on the bylaws.
No,
That's the
no,
bylaws of the
yeah.
company.
And
So there's no way.
And
that is the
you
reason
cannot
why.
mingle. You cannot mingle with the contestants at the lobby of the hotel. Osmel was
Exactly.
doing that. I think Lupita was doing that at some point. Yeah, she was like, mingling with her girl, Miss Mexico. You can't do that. You have to separate the contestants from the judges. You have to put the judges in
Hmm.
one cage, sequester them from the rest of the contestants. There's no way. You can check out their social media, fine, but personally talk, chatting with each other online, like one contestant, Omar said one contestant kept harassing him, messaging him, listen, why did you give me low scores? Please give me higher scores. Like this contestant was really actually trying to influence him. So I want to know who that contestant is. Any
But that is the
idea who that
reason why.
contestant
That is the
was?
reason why, and people might be mad at me. I admire him because he had the nerve to do the scores according why he's his brain. And everybody can say this tarnished me or whatever. I'm sorry, but I went to the Facebook, the Instagram for that contestant, and I was like, oh my God, you look very different on your wedding picture. So I'm gonna be blunt. This is a competition. Like it's like when you go. It's like putting Simon, uh, for America's Got Talent, and he was brutal, and people needed to learn. You need to learn. This is a beauty pageant. You need to look for somebody that fits the mark. Don't be delusional. Just because your mom says, or your husband, or your boyfriend, or your girlfriend, or significant other says you're gorgeous, you're beautiful. I mean, if you want to pay $5,000 plus and make a fool of yourself,
Go ahead.
congratulations to you. But this is the thing. I don't say that she was ugly. I do not say that she didn't have that charisma personality, but there were girls that were more beautiful and with better caliber that were even left behind from that top 18
Mhm.
Hmm.
or from the top five. Because I'm sorry, I'm happy for Colombia to win, but from all the Latinas, I will still stand by it that Jamilet had the face of the edition from all the Latinas. That girl, that face screamed international title
Oh
holder
yeah,
right
for
there.
sure.
Like
Yeah.
it that when I was seeing her, she gave me like goosebumps, like Malison Berrios kind of thing. Her face, everything, her personality, and I'm happy for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Ghana, another girl that is beautiful. Doesn't matter which judge was there, Ghana did beautifully, and I'm happy that
Another flawless
she was
performance.
Mhm.
flawless. I think she
Yeah.
was flawless. I was, like I said, if an MGI queen needed to deserve from that top three to win, was her. But it was a non-MGI queen, then was Colombia. Um, this top three was very controversial and interesting, and I wonder how it's gonna push Miss Universe to do changes because you have
Yeah.
a beautiful ebony goddess, you have a trans woman, and you have a, I believe, the winner is a married woman. I think she's a
Vanessa
mom.
is married?
I think she's married.
Oh, is she? Okay. So is she
If
mother? I don't think she's a mother.
Oh, she's a
I
mother.
think she's
I
a
think
mother.
No. No, no.
I believe
You're
she's
confusing
a
her
mother.
with another Colombia from Miss Universe 2023, who's a mother,
Mm.
who made the top five. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So I thought she was married or whatever. But the point is that was an interesting pushing title. And then pushing top three, that was very interesting. So I wonder how that's gonna influence on the changes on Miss Universe because you see this beautiful girl from Vietnam. I don't know what
Huang Jiang. Is that it?
Wen Hong Wen.
Huang.
Hmm.
They call her
She
Huang Jiang, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, she
She was
she
giving
did
me
great.
Atisa Manila vibes. Her hair, her
Yeah,
big hair,
true,
and some of
true.
her facial
But
expressions.
Yeah.
it,
Like,
it, it
is
was
this
kind
Atisa
of
Manala's
interesting.
sister?
I love her message. I really love the way that she was answering. I think she was trying to, at some point, her voice
Her
got
voice
very
was
harpish,
cracking. Her voice
cracking. I
was
was like,
cracking.
oh
Yeah.
no. But I think she did a great job. I think she did a great job. Um, in essence, I think I'm happy with the results. I'm not
Yeah.
happy with the voting. Like this time, I think because people were having the pressure of not having fans attacking them, and I'm like, they just need to grow a pair. They
Yeah.
just need to grow
No,
a
the
pair and
thing is, the
listen.
fans they're not, remember, a lot of these fans were babies when, back when Miss Universe had the scoring on live.
Yeah. We're talking about the Gen Zs here, okay? The Gen
It's
Zers.
exactly. So there is a big gap in between in regards, and they're not used to seeing scores live. They're not. This
Mhm.
is all new to
So
them.
to
That's
them,
why they're
it was like
freaking
a
out.
shock. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hmm.
It was freaking out. It was freaking out the contestants as well. That was another thing that they should have maybe told the contestants, listen, you're going to see your scores live. So be prepared, see them, and acknowledge that, this is what they are scoring, and everything is accumulative. So regardless whether you have a low score in one area, you can make it up in another area. I mean,
True.
everything is accumulative. But,
True.
I think that it was just a shock of not everybody, it was accustomed to seeing the scores.
Hmm.
Okay. um, and you have to prepare the delegates on what they're going to see, and literally tell them, hey, it's not a personal attack towards you personally. It's just there, we have these, things that we're looking for as judges, and the criterias, and unfortunately, if you don't meet the criterias, well, this is what's going to be your score.
Right.
I think you have to be very open with these girls and let them know what they're going to see,
Hmm.
because it was a very big shock from a lot of them.
Yeah.
One thing that I saw was when, I think is one of the Asian countries, the husband was freaking out
China. That was
because
China.
China.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
one.
Yeah. The husband
Yeah.
of Mika.
So, yeah. Okay. First of all, if you don't know how to control yourself, don't be there live. You
Doesn't
don't
he
be there.
remind you of someone from Miss Grand
Yes.
International?
Yes. Yes.
I will not say Myanmar by all means,
Oh,
but
was it Myanmar? Yes, of course.
Myanmar.
Anaconda.
Yeah.
Anaconda OF.
Okay, so
But,
anyway,
it was sad to see that because she got really upset as well. And
Yeah, she did.
It really like
It was embarrassing.
it was
Yeah,
embarrassing.
I would have been
I would have
embarrassed if I
stopped.
had been her. Yeah.
Oh my
It's like,
God.
honey, what are you doing? Why are you embarrassing me in front of the public? You know,
Exactly.
you know.
Hmm.
Reading some of the comments, Isabella. Okay, so Isabella went live crying. Why was she crying? Hello, Sarafa. Gazel, my good friend Gazel. Hola. Hello. Good morning. Maraming magandang umaga. Vanessa performance is boring. It should be Ghana, who should be the real winner. Vanessa, my predicted winner. Congratulations. To be honest, she wasn't in her best form in finale. She always lost her charm during finale. Happy for her. You know what? JD were commenting on that earlier. We thought that Vanessa in swimsuit, she wasn't giving everything. Something was
Hmm.
holding her back in swimsuit because that was her forte, that was her strength. But she was
Hmm.
sort of like almost like very conservative almost.
Hmm.
She gave low score to Vanessa, Gabriela. Yeah, that's true. Venezuelans are bashing Isabella. Okay, that's why. Isabella gave a bit low score to Venezuela because she wore the same gown, which did not impact her that much, which I totally agree with. Which one? Isabella? Really? I
The
thought Venezuela's gown was okay. Yamilek's gown was kind of like a remnant from Miss
mhm.
Universe Thailand. So that's why she didn't good score. Maybe that's the reason why
You know what? You don't have to. I mean, it's up to you if you want to change the gown or not. It
yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
really reflect absolutely at all on the judging score at
Hmm.
all. I don't know why people are so hooked on that, thinking that oh, you must change the dress.
Right, right,
Sometimes
right.
when you make that choice, you better make sure that both dresses are at the same level in order
Hmm.
to do that. Because if you have you because a lot of these coaches or directors, what they do is they give one gown for prelims and then save the big boom dress for finals when prelims is you have to always keep in
You
mind
always
is the most important because that's where they're going to
that's what
be
you get past through the finals. Yeah.
passed through. Exactly. So I don't think the dress had nothing to do. You have to understand that Venezuela was a replacement at last minute. So that girl did everything she needed to do to just get there.
And
So
I think they
she
picked the right
only had
replacement.
that gown
Yeah,
available.
Hmm.
that's true. And
Exactly.
she
And
did an
she did
incredible
amazing
job.
with
She
the
did
short
amazing.
time that she had.
Yeah.
She did a great job. I hope to see her in another pageant.
Yeah.
Hmm. And I want to say something. I was doing my research because yes, I was confused. It's just they look alike. The one that was is with married is 2023. I think it's not Vanessa. Vanessa Bulgarin is not married. I thought it
Hmm.
was her, but they just look alike. I was looking my research. I said, so I'm sorry, I made that mistake. It's just some of these girls from Colombia, they just look alike.
The
It's
two
like
girls,
that prototype.
which one?
That Vanessa Bulgarin.
Uh-huh.
Some of these recent girls from Colombia, they just look alike,
They
and
have
it's
like
like,
the same cookie cutter look. Is that what you're trying
yeah,
to say? Yeah.
and I was confused for a moment on that particular thing.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't know.
Somebody saying Yamilex is not a Miss Grand contestant. She's more fit in Miss Universe. That's why she did not penetrate in top five.
But
Uh,
this is the thing.
But this is
That's
not
another
Miss Grand
thing. This is
International.
not Miss Grand
yeah.
International. People need to understand that they brought uh people from different pageant systems to compete in this. They were not
Hmm.
looking for Miss Grand. They were looking for the best version of each contestants that came from a particular uh
Pageant
competition,
system.
internationally speaking.
Mhm.
Although
Hmm.
some of them just came from their home, but in essence, so Jamila is gorgeous and beautiful. She's very well proven. I mean, if that would be the case, then the winner right now would not be there. Both of them went to Miss International, and she didn't place in Miss International.
Hmm.
She didn't, but Jamila did.
Right. Yes. Hmm.
So again, people can. people were watching this thinking that this is Miss Grand, and you cannot evaluate this as a Miss Grand bracket. That was completely
Hmm.
different.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I the reason some of these girls, they were doing certain things that I was like, but that is not you. That doesn't work.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Exactly. So anyway, somebody's saying, okay, somebody's agreeing with me. Vanessa's not giving her all in swimsuit. She's going tired. She's giving tired and exhausted. Yeah, that's true. When she pulled her hair up in a bun, and she came
Hmm.
out in that orange gown with ostrich. Well, there's so many girls who had ostrich feathers. Maybe is this like a fad? Everybody's all of a sudden everybody's ever since Amity Glau won Miss Grand
Everybody.
International, everybody's like wearing
Yeah.
carrying out
Hmm.
orange ostrich feathers, yellow ostrich feathers, like ostrich feathers everywhere. Okay, stop animal cruelty. Stop killing ostriches just for your vanity.
Yeah.
Okay,
They are just they're going from silver, boring silver and beige. Now they're going to orange.
it's
Oh
orange.
God.
Yes, all that Phoenix Rising theme or whatever, you know. I mean,
Hmm.
I love orange, you know. I think I love joyful, bright colors. You know, they're always very exciting to see and whatnot. But come on, it's just too much. One or two girls with ostrich feathers, that's fine. But four or five, whatever, you know, forget it. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, when I saw Vanessa with her hair in a bun, I thought, my, what has she done with her looks? You know, what is she trying? What is she trying to say? Because she kind of looked a little more mature with her hair up in
Yes.
a bun, and that well, like really very tight fitting, long sleeve dress. And I thought that was like, this is not Vanessa. This is not the Vanessa I know. Because usually when she wears the gowns, usually she has a plunging neckline, very sexy. And I did not see sex at all. I did not see sexy at all with that orange long sleeve gown with ostrich feathers, you know. But then again, when she removed her ostrich feathers and she goes to the center of the stage, she does her poses okay, well, this is not so bad. Okay, maybe she has something going on, you know. But other than that, apart from that, I thought, you know, the other girls, it wasn't the best gown that I've seen her wear. No, it wasn't. I've seen better gowns. I thought her preliminary dress was much better, to be honest, that she wore with her hair down, you know,
Hmm.
very.
Her look with the hair down is stunning. When I saw her in swimsuit with the hair down, I'm like, oh, killer.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hmm.
So anyway, so let's talk about okay. The opening was they danced to the tune to the cover tune of Madonna's Vogue, which I like.
Hmm.
I really like
Hmm.
that. Of course, to those Gen Zers who weren't even born then when that song came out in summer of 1990, I remember I was still a student in college, and I remember Madonna. Oh my God! I was like, everybody
Yeah.
was voguing, you know, big hit and everything. So I'm glad that they're able to revive Madonna's popular song, even though it wasn't the original. You know, that, by the way, Miss Grand used to use the original tracks, but for some reason, they're now using covers. They're now using, you know, mediocre imitations of the original songs.
Because of copyright infringements.
Copyright, maybe
Hmm.
Hmm.
that, or they can't afford to pay copyrights to
Or
the
pay, exactly.
yeah,
Hmm.
But
they get
I,
more
I think
expensive.
it's a good move, to be honest with you, and I really like it because it's just sometimes when you use the original song, what they do is, if you watch it on YouTube, what they do is they put a fake song background and damage the whole shenanigans. Like
Mhm.
I found out that I can watch right now that competition through my TV, and the song will change. But if I watch it through my cell phone or my tablet, is the version of what happened in real life. But
Right.
on TV, through YouTube, they change the music.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, but I thought the choreography was great, it was amazing, and they were all wearing different dresses, different, you know, outfits and whatnot. I think was it yeah, Ghana was wearing
Ghana was the
this
only one
white cock,
in
yes,
white.
and she stood out immediately.
Hmm.
She
She
was
stood
in
out,
the
and they put her in
middle,
the
and I was
yes, they put her
like,
in the
from
middle.
her.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm
Well,
like,
she's a performer, so that's why they
but
put her
Yeah,
in the middle.
exactly. Hmm.
I and that is the reason I'm so happy for her because I don't think she make any mistakes. For me, her performance was flawless. I even think that compared to
Mm-hmm.
the winner have a good performance, but when I'm looking onto the end, perfection performance was Ghana versus Colombia. Evening gown, when you, especially in the evening gown parties where you can tell,
Right.
and he's like, yeah, no, that's and and the answers like when I mean Ghana is super intelligent. She knows how to express herself. Um,
Ghana?
mhm.
Yeah.
I love how she expressed herself. She have a strength to deliver a message, especially in that final answer, in that final question. Um, I don't know. Uh, I think Ghana did a perfect score for me on performance through the whole thing, followed by Vanessa. But I'm not mad at all. I'm happy that Colombia won because she evolved versus the other pageants,
Yeah.
how she
Come on.
started.
Okay, to be honest, let's honest, you're never going to crown a black girl.
Yeah,
Because mo the majority of the
No,
sponsors will never work with a black girl. It's all
and that is
about
the other
skin.
part.
no.
It's all about skin whitening products. It's all
Mhm.
about fair skin and whatnot. There's no way in hell a sponsor will make money, with a black
Although,
spokesperson, with a black
if
girl,
you notice,
especially
did
in the
you
Asian market,
notice
you know?
that the only fair skin, what the lighter skin at the end was Vietnam. When they call, I think when they call all the 10 finalists in swimsuit, the only one that was pale was Vietnam.
She looks like a ghost, to be honest.
Like a ghost. I was
Yeah.
Well,
like,
in person, she's very pale because she
Yeah.
yeah.
sang at Cosmo last year.
Hmm.
So when she came out, I was like, oh my God, this girl is like white, white. I mean, she has beautiful skin. Don't get me wrong. I mean, she looks like a little porcelain doll. She's very pretty in person. I don't think she, in camera, it doesn't translate how pretty really in person is completely different. She's very pretty in person, very and just exudes very,
Hmm.
elegance and I was in awe with her because in Miss Universe, I really didn't pay attention to her. She got lost in the crowd with Miss Universe, I
Hmm.
feel. And I don't feel like she did her best in that pageant. I feel like she really brought everything in this pageant.
Well, you know what?
Like,
Well, there were Miss Universe last year. There was like triple the number of contestants compared to MGI All
true.
Stars. So
Yeah.
there was a lot of competition. Yeah, I mean, I met Vietnam last year in Thailand. I mean, she's pretty in person and she has a huge support, but it was a very
Yeah.
strong group. It was a very competitive
Yeah.
group.
Yes,
There's no way.
exactly.
Yeah, there's no way that she
Yeah.
could even pull a top 30. So anyway, somebody's saying, oh, 2010, we could see the judges' score. 2010 in Las Vegas. Yeah, you're right. Okay. I think also was it
Was that
2015?
when USA won?
2015. 2010 Mexico. Jimena Navarrete won. 2010
Oh,
in Las
okay.
Vegas.
Yes.
In Las
In
Vegas.
Las
What?
Vegas. Yes.
2015, they also showed the scores, right? Did they? Or was it just
Which one?
the internet voting? They showed the internet voting, but not the judges voting, I think.
In 2015, they were showing the like the average.
Yes, they were
That is
showing the
the
average
reason.
scores. Yeah.
That is the
Oh, it
reason,
was an average. Yeah, but
and I
that's not
remember that
you.
that was like the voting, the people's voting, and that is the reason that I remember that because I was like with my computer, my laptop, watching it, and even though I know we were not able to see the judges' votes, I still remember when they said Colombia and not Pia in the group chat that I was, we were like, I think it's a mistake because people are having Pia number one all the way through. So
Hmm.
when they made the correction, it's like, okay, we're good again. We're good again on that one. But I don't know. I think voting, uh, uh, fan vote needs to stop when they call the
It's
10,
not going to
top
stop.
10.
That's just part of
No,
the
it's not going to
pageant.
stop because it's a moneymaker.
Yeah, I
It
know.
is
Put
But
exactly.
yourself, put yourself in the what's position. First and foremost, you are a businessman. This is business.
I know, and I
Mhm.
understand that. Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah.
I understand that. But the negative side of this is that countries that doesn't have that support, that pageant push, that the means of technology, they will be in disadvantage. So before they try to do these continental elections plus the wild card to be more inclusive for countries that they didn't have the to enter because X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have the fan vote that is 25, 30% in this case of the vote, 70% the judges. So it's kind of like,
I
okay,
think they gave a large percent, too much of a large percentage on fan
yeah,
voting, first of all. I don't think it
yeah,
should be a 30%. I think it should be a
mm,
little lower than that. I think
Well,
other areas of competition should be higher,
yeah.
and the fan vote shouldn't be that
yeah.
large of a percentage, honestly, because
Okay.
that's
Maybe a
just an added
10%
bonus.
or
Mm-hmm.
exactly
Yeah,
like
that's like an
maybe a
added bonus.
10%.
Yeah. Did they publish
Yes.
the results? I mean the official final count of the public votes? Did they? I don't
I
remember.
think when they were I think when they were
Yes,
calling
they did.
them, they will
They
show
did.
the score of the top
Oh, okay.
18 and who was the top 10, and can see
Okay.
the fan vote
All right.
there.
So I assume that all those scores that they published, during the telecast, they're all legit. Nothing was rigged, nothing was fixed, none of that stuff. Everything was legit as what the
Let's
computer
cross
picked.
our fingers that
I'm
was.
assuming.
We're assuming that it is, but
Because if it's not legit, Omar probably would have said something, right?
no, definitely. I think, he went into this knowing that he needed to be very, very transparent because of what happened with Miss Universe. Because he
Hmm.
knows that what happened with the universe affected his business
Yes.
greatly.
Right.
Because that link that he had with Miss Universe affected MGI.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
why he ended up doing this All Stars event and all that stuff because he needed extra funds to be able to
Sure.
fund,
Yeah.
MGI. Because, and unfortunately, it did happen. I think this All Stars was a good idea. And, I think that it needs a little more finessing, a little more
Yeah, it's just the first edition.
communication.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little more communication with the audience on what the public needs to know in regards to voting, because that's another thing. You know
Hmm.
how the
What to
public
expect.
is,
Yep.
they go off on whatever tantrum. So I think they should be like put up and say, hey, these are the requirements. These are what are we looking for, and the judges have the criteria. The judges are going to judge per the criteria that it was given to them. It will be added to this score. Then we're going to have this challenge, which will be whatever percentage. This is all has to be written form, placed on all social media, so everybody knows
Hmm.
what is getting judged.
Right. That's
And so
true.
I
Yeah.
think that once you have that communication, whatever anybody says about the judging process, about, oh, they were biased, they're not good judges, whatever, will fall to the wayside, because now what, put everything out there, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I think that he should follow this to Miss Grand and have for Miss Grand the results live as well, and continue this,
Yeah, but
because
what
that's
what what
the
yeah,
only
well,
way.
they have to make sure that they get a much powerful server so the computer will not crash, the website will not
Oh
crash.
no, in regards to fan voting, definitely. You
Yeah.
have to be prepared for crash, because that ultimately is going to happen regardless.
Hmm.
But I mean, like voting, the voting process, the scores from the judges needs to be live. Like everybody needs to see. I think if he
Oh, so
does
they were
that
like
with
verbally, the judges
grants,
were verbally saying
No,
the
not the
scores.
verbal, just the chart, like seeing everything. Okay, like what Miss Universe did, the
Right,
chart with
right.
all the scoring,
But you know what?
and
I think for me, actually saying it out loud is more transparent because you can never make a mistake. I
well,
prefer
true. Yeah, you
yeah, I
could add
prefer
that
like,
too.
okay, Rafa, okay, score please. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 with an attitude.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
enjoy that
go ahead.
part.
Me too.
I will be
I
honest with you.
enjoyed it
I
so
enjoy it
much.
because
Yeah,
I
you
feel like
could
I was
do
watching
that.
sports when they go with the little card 10, 10, 10,
Oh, forget cars.
9.
I want verbal. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
but
Yeah.
it's like watching oh my God, Pose, this LGBT drama series that they will do like a ballroom drag queen competitions, and they will go with the numbers or saying it.
yes.
You know which one?
Right,
So
right,
when
right,
I say,
right.
I go 10, and then
Mhm.
the one in the corner, he was feeling himself. Oh, you look like a Disney princess. So I give
Right.
you 10. I give you
Okay.
9. He was feeling, I was like, okay, I want him to be he needs to be like a continuous judges, and because his comments were like, this is Osmel,
I was like surprised when
9.5.
yeah, it was like Osmel giving
And
it
then
10. Wow.
and then you see fake MGI Abina, she goes 9. And then you see Brazil 10. And then you see Natalie Gabova, it's a perfect 10.
I know.
And then you
Oh,
see
Natalie.
the other
Natalie
one.
saying, as a 7.5 for me.
Yeah. And then you see the other one.
Mhm.
Filipinas.
So
And then the
anyway,
last, it's just, I
so
don't know.
out of these top 10 girls, three actually got seven perfect tens. That was Faith from Guyana, Mariana from the Czech Republic, and Tarina Bodis from Thailand. They all got seven perfect tens out of eight. So
Mm-hmm.
wow, this is amazing. But the one that ruined Thailand was Natalie's 7.5 score. So
Mhm.
yeah. And what was odd about those? Somebody gave a 8.5. Lupita gave an 8.5 to Peru, and then
She was gorgeous.
Natalie gave a 9.7 to Peru as well. So yeah, it was like this fractions like 9.3,
I
9.7,
hate that.
5.
I was
Yeah,
like,
like can you just I don't like 9.3. Either you give it a 9.0 or a 9.5, like five digits, but not 9.3, 9.2, nine point
Mhm.
four. Yeah.
it's like, I
It's
think it
much
was
easier to
her when she
calculate, I
go,
think, for me.
when she
No,
went
it's
like
not easy.
this, when she went like 9.9. Just give her the 10. Just give her the freaking 10. 9.9. Thank you, Natalie, for your 9.9.
Somebody saying MGI needs money. That's why 30% for voting. Yeah, I bet you they probably going to raise it to 40% on the next edition.
Of course,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
We all
because you
know
know,
that he's been hurting because
yeah.
last year he spent so much money doing MGI, then doing Miss Universe, and then that was a debacle. And
Mm.
he lost so much money. That's what people don't understand. He is not one to have unlimited access to cash. I mean, let's be real. He had how many productions? He had three
You
productions
have Miss Universe Thailand,
before
Miss Grand
production.
Thailand, Miss
Exactly.
Universe 2025 last year, and then of
Hmm.
course MGI All Stars first edition, and coming up Miss Grand All Stars second edition in December and Miss Grand International in India in October 10th. They're pushing it earlier, October 10th
I
this year.
think I
Hmm.
think that what is gonna do like RuPaul Drag Race is doing, like maybe 2 editions in USA per year, but then it's gonna kind of branch it out. And honestly, I think that's where Nawat is going. I think Nawat is gonna keep his babies, but then he's gonna do a pageant because Sandeep is very honest. I almost choked when he sent
Did he
me a
say
message.
something? Is he here?
No,
No,
he
it's
sent me
not.
a message this
Okay.
morning.
What did he say?
Um, he said the following. Sandy, with your permission, at 8:51 a.m., and I'm reading. After a long time, I am enjoying a pageant. Great production. No nonsense about women empowerment and on and on and on. And
I
best
think he
part,
sent me the same message.
the
He
best
copied and
part
pasted.
is it is in good time in the evening in India, local time. And I'm like, oh my, and you know how Sandeep it is about, uh, MGR and whatever. But I will be honest with you, I think this MGI All Stars is gonna be a good platform for those queens that were not given the chance. And talking about chance,
Hmm.
I got a screenshot from our amazing director of the best international pageant ever from Japan, Miss Stephen made a
No, I
post.
mean, you sent me the same screenshot, didn't you? That Stephen
Hmm.
Diaz made.
Yeah,
Posted,
and
yeah,
I
on
thought that was
Facebook.
like,
Yeah.
this is.
to all those past MI delegates who did not have the luck to place in our pageant, now you know what to do. There is still hope. Of course, they still have hope because they are not competing in a pageant that is almost already a cooking show because you don't pay attention to what and you don't choose the correct ones and you don't allow countries to advance because you just want yours and that's it. That is the reason
Well,
these
I
girls
want
are
to
waking up.
know, has Miss International ever published the scores of the judges? Have they ever been transparent,
Never,
Noemi? See?
never.
Why
I
didn't you tell
think
that to Stephen?
not now, not now. I think before they used to put the score like more than 15 years ago. They
Okay.
used to put like a little scores in the 90s and maybe 2000 part of the 2000s, but not now. But that is the thing. He had that message, but guess what? The girls that went to Miss International that didn't even make it, look who won. One that you didn't even took uh advantage and put her in the top 15 or top 8.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't place in Miss International. I ended up winning here.
Mm-hmm.
And another, a beautiful Dominican queen, Jamilet, you didn't allow her to advance. Why? Because Stephen only want girls from Venezuela to always win. That way he can travel.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Interesting. Somebody
oh, I
says,
forgot to say, I forgot to say everything that we say here is alleged. Like, thank you.
yes, this is all personal opinions. You guys, you people out there, you cannot sue any one of us because this is just personal opinions. Allegations, meaning we don't necessarily can prove what we're saying, whether it's true or not. It's just all freaking allegations, okay? It's a podcast for Pete's sake. And we live in America. Our speech is protected by the First Amendment. So, haha.
Ah,
Somebody said Gazzini was in the top three based on the judges' score in the top five. However, when Filipinos heard her answer, they stopped voting for her. That's why she did not enter the top three. I believe that. I believe that. She did not even answer the question for Pete's sake. She was so
no,
obsessed. She
she,
was so obsessed with her Palestinian father's story or whatever.
I
The
got
question
lost.
was, cyberbullying, what steps, what particular step would you do to diminish cyberbullying, something to that effect? And all she
Hmm.
talked about was, oh, my family is still in Gaza separated. Girl, please just shut up. Okay. And that's why she lost. She didn't advance because of that
But
stupid answer.
this is the thing again. I mean, if that is the truth, congratulations to the Filipino fans that they were objective in there. But this is the thing. Gazzini
Well, I applaud these
is
Filipino fans who stopped voting for her
exactly.
when they finally saw the light.
I mean,
Yeah.
I love one thing that I admire from the Filipinos and clap to all of you. You always will support your queens.
And
That's
9.90.
beautiful.
Right.
But you need to have objectiveness at the end of the day. And you all know, like when I said the comment about her smiling, you sent me that. And thank you for that page. I still continue being famous. Thank you, Critical Beauty, for this platform. I'm going to give my objective opinion. I didn't ever say that she was ugly, but don't smile. And when
Hmm.
I was reading the comments, some people were saying, like, finally somebody's saying it because it's true.
Hmm.
Again, Gazini, it wasn't memorable in Miss Universe. Took me a moment to kind of remember who she was in Miss Universe. When it comes to talk, she's not a great communicator. We
Mm-hmm.
even noticed, I mean, when I saw that top 10 video talking, that I don't know what she was reading, I think she was high on something. I was like, what is going on with her? That doesn't even sound natural. Right there, you can see that she can have a beautiful body. She can be fierce on stage when she doesn't smile. But when it comes to communicate, and it's like I always tell
Yeah, that's her
people,
Achilles' heel. That's her weakness.
you can
Yeah.
I can prepare you on stage presence, but I need to prepare you first on how to talk or communicate your ideas, because at the end of the day, stage presence is going to take you to a certain spot.
Right.
After that, you need to open your mouth.
I would think that the Miss Universe Philippines organization would have like really, prepared her very well, for this segment of the competition. But I guess not, because she was just kind of like really average, not even average, like below average as far as speaking skills are concerned.
I would
I really don't think she really
I would
cared that
have
much
preferred
anymore.
to I think I would have changed her for Fuchsia.
Oh, I think Fusion was much better, and she was much
Of
prettier
course.
too. Yeah, than
Oh, and I
Gizmo.
love when
And they
she
were like
went like this
roommates.
at the end. Ah, at the end,
It's
I'm
all
like,
about it's all about the personality, I think. Totally. I saw the score after the time. Okay, what is this? MU Miss Universe is a spoof contest now, while Miss Grand or Miss Grand All Stars is more exciting. 100% agree. Miss
yes.
Universe is like dead. Okay, Miss Universe is dead right now, and nothing is going to change in Miss Universe until Raul still owns that freaking pageant. Okay.
True.
Oh,
And
but
I'm gonna
True that.
and I'm gonna and I'm gonna say this to any person that have the grand franchise. I would advise them to start getting ready and pick one girl to send to All Stars, just to go that fight to what give the second chance, because that would be amazing. I want to see more MGI girls competing. I want to see that. I'm
yeah, me
coming for the
too.
crown.
Yeah,
That is the reason.
there's so many amazing, previous contestants from NGI. There's so many. I want to see uh I want to see Angola from, was it 2023? That ball girl. She made the top 10, I think. She was a fifth runner up. I forget her name, but
No, that was France.
Eugenia.
Mm.
She has a really bald head, bald look. I
Yeah,
want to
but
see her come.
she fell out. She remember she had a big falling out with Nawat, so I don't
Oh,
think she will.
I'm not talking about the French
No.
girl. I'm talking about Angola. Don't confuse her with France.
Oh, okay,
No,
Yeah.
not
okay,
France.
The one that boop.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
what
Yeah. Oh, she's
the
gone.
one?
She's out. She's gone for sure. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah, yeah. Remember the one
I
with the
want to
black dress.
see,
Yeah.
yeah, I want to see like I want to see like what's her face from Brazil, the girl with the short hair. She was fourth runner up, Miss Brazil.
Yeah,
Was it in
when
2021?
Vietnam won.
Yeah, when Vietnam won,
uh
I want to see her come back. Yeah, I mean, there's so many
Mm.
of them too. Even also from other pageants like Miss World or Miss Universe for sure. Or
yeah, I mean,
even
I think this is gonna be an interesting money maker. And if now what knowing now what he's gonna be able to do this twice a year, and people are gonna be so into it that they're gonna start right there. He's gonna bring down any pageant, putting Miss World outside of the
Mhm,
equation. Any other pageant is gonna be like in a shaking mode, because he found he knows how to do an event.
mhm,
And for me, this event is a 10 out of 10.
mhm.
At the end of the day, production is beautiful, stage was gorgeous.
The
You
production
name
never
it.
fails with MGI. Is
Never
always,
fails,
it
yeah.
never
And
Mm-mm.
I believe that and it's been a while since we've seen a really strong top five
I
in
know, right? Yeah.
pageantry.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, and I put it even up in my stories. This was the strongest top five I haven't seen in years in pageantry.
Hmm.
So this is what we want to see. We want to see strong, clean, healthy competition.
You mean that Miss
And
Universe 2025 top five?
please,
Just
I
Actually,
deleted that whole year.
I'm
That
sorry.
whole
The
deleted.
pageant that 4 out of the 5 were the servers, and the clown was put there, and She won, and eight judges out of the whole bunch didn't vote for her. Okay.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
So,
Um,
so I think that this is a good precedence for other pageants to see. Hey, don't be afraid to allow really that top five be and let it battle them out. I
right.
mean, and then let the best girl win.
Hmm.
And in this case, this is what happened.
Exactly.
Ghana did amazing. She shouldn't feel bad. I rather like, and one doesn't lose, okay? Because these are just things that happen. It was, if it's not meant for you, it's not meant for you. You have other
Exactly.
things in the universe waiting for you.
Right.
But I don't mind holding hands with a great contender, knowing that either of us would be great ambassadors of the
Mm-hmm.
brand. I would not feel bad
And
about that. Nobody should feel bad about that, because you know that that person in front of you also deserves the crown, the title.
Hmm.
So, Vietnam did amazing.
mm-hmm,
I think that she just left everything on stage, and she
mm-hmm,
worked it and she did it. And
Everything was
honestly,
all, yeah,
and it,
Vietnam's strategy, Vietnam's plan for this pageant was
yes,
well, very well thought
very
of.
well
Very
executed.
well. Even her preliminary
Very,
evening gown with the butterfly drones and whatnot. I was like,
yes.
I've never seen that
yeah.
kind before. This is unusual. This is
But
unique.
that is a
Mhm.
it's a spiritual meaning. It's a symbolic meaning
Yeah,
about the
she's into
metamorphosis,
butterflies for some
you
reason.
know. But because
Well, because
the
Miss Grand.
transition from male to
Oh, the
mm,
transition. Oh, no
it's
wonder.
the
the
transition.
That
transition.
explains it.
The
Okay.
transition,
Yeah,
Yeah, that explains it.
butterflies is all about metamorphosis and evolving.
From
So she's
cocoon to butterfly. Yeah.
spiritually
cocoon, exactly.
spiritually speaking, is she's a human being that is being able to live both genders in one life. So that's that moment of I was a male, I was, the little worm, and then cocooning, and I'm immersed on my true self and this beautiful butterfly. So I love that.
Hmm.
Malison Berrios was into butterflies too. They always like the butterfly. But I love what she did, like the dress and everything. So for me, and I'm gonna say this, remember in the live that I was kind of concerned to see certain judges there because Lupita stands about trans women competing in a pageant. So right there, I was scared that the trans women competing there that were former either winners or finalists or Miss International Queen will not have the chance to make the top 18. So when you see Venezuela making the top 18, and then you see, of course, Vietnam.
Three
I
trans women
want, and
made the
then
top
we have
18.
Fuchsia,
Yeah, in
gorgeous.
Philippines.
So,
Hmm.
so I was happy to see that part, something that, and see a trans woman make it to the top three. And this is the part that I say that there's
That could
some
happen
so
eventually.
there's some contenders
Yeah,
that
That could happen.
they don't need a fan vote to make it there, and I see that top three was rightfully so.
Hmm.
Top five, I would have kicked out somebody from there. But other than that, I feel that top five, when you see two former top fives from NGI being the top five in All Stars, that's an accomplishment. Because just because you place in one pageant, that doesn't mean that you're going to place in the other one.
Yeah, different set of judges, different,
It's a different set of
hmm,
judges.
different
criterions.
criteria,
Yeah.
different criteria. Yeah.
Mentalities and things like that. So for me, in essence, Vietnam did a great job. Her voice, I feel sorry when she was talking, but her message was so convincing. She knew has to stand on her platform, but not being pushy. And that's what I like.
Hmm.
I like how she was conveying, delivering a message but not being pushy about you need to accept me, you need to eat me, digest it. She spoke from the heart, and she was able to deliver a message from her own life experiences and why she want to achieve, but without being pushy.
Hmm.
She wasn't like, oh, we're close to the prime months. We're close to these. You need to choose me because it's, you know what I mean?
Yes.
No, she spoke from, and that's one of the uh, several things that make me happy about her. I was rooting
So
for her in the
you
beginning.
didn't think her response was didn't sound well rehearsed. It just really came out from her heart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I think her face. First of all, she's one of the most. I think at one point they call her, and somebody need to kind of, it's you. She was really surprised,
Hmm.
and I think because of her last experience, I think because of what is been happening with Miss Universe, that when they want to be inclusive, but they just use you for promotion, but they just keep you behind clapping.
Hmm.
So when you see this opportunity, it's beautiful to see, three trans women. And you know my stance on that. But in this particular pageant, I am not mad to the inclusiveness because this is not Miss Grand All Star anymore. This is MGI All Stars. All Stars. For me, this is MGI All Star produced by Nawa, just to give opportunity to any woman born or by science that has competed internationally to go on a stage that they can show and have the platform. Not everybody watched Miss International Queen. So through this platform, they were able to see seven. They were like what, 7 or 8 former Miss International Queen contestants, and some of them were winners, including like Venezuela,
Three of them are winners. Three.
Vietnam was
Yeah.
2018, Venezuela.
Fuchsia.
So
Yeah.
Fuchsia, I think she was winning her first runner up. So for me, was happy to see them on a stage that people will be able to see them and hear their message. For that, I love that part. Really do.
Somebody said, "Do not go into All Stars if you don't have 200,000 US dollars for voting alone." People, if you want to vote for a contestant, you better start saving your money now. Okay,
Hmm.
for the
People
second
need to
edition.
understand. Yeah, people have to understand that now with the technology and how things have changed in pageantry, this is just part of pageantry. All pageants have voting systems. So if you want to really support your girl, don't just support her out of your mouth. Like invest, vote, put out your money like every other country does. I
Right.
mean, everybody. This is one thing I hate. They love to criticize and talk negative, and but then did you vote? Did you share? Did
Do
you
you
support
like?
your
Did you
team?
like? Yeah.
Did you like?
Did
Did
you
you get other
comment?
people to vote? I
Yeah.
mean, and none of them do because they don't invest. Then
Because
don't
they expect others to do the voting for them.
exactly.
Yeah.
So the reason why all these Asian countries are so into the voting process is because they will take the only dollar they have to spend it on that vote. They'll do anything for their girl,
Yeah, make some
regardless.
sacrifice. Like every morning you go to Starbucks and you spend like what, $3 for a latte for a
Exactly.
medium cafe. Do you really need to drink $3 lattes every morning for
Hmm.
breakfast? Like
Or
limit
spend
down to like once a week.
or spend money in McDonald's twice a day? That's almost $30-$40.
Think
Yeah, what
about
about
some
what about
clubs.
start recycling? Start picking up plastic bottles or glass and have them take them to your nearest supermarket where you can just shove them in this machine and you automatically get like what, coins, right? In exchange for
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
refund. Yeah. So save all those empty bottles and empty cans, recycle them, and you can get money for that and put them in a piggy bank, so when the second edition of MGI All Stars happens in December, you have money to spend. Okay?
Exactly. Don't be complaining because your girl didn't place. Well, it
Yes.
didn't play. Did you vote? You didn't vote, so don't complain. I mean, you
Hmm.
gotta
Exactly.
support your
But
girl.
I'm answering to stories before sleep. Says Noemi, this is not about fan voting. But you're not understanding this. Fan
Oh,
voting
he said it's funding by the
involve,
contestant and her family and her team alone. Yeah.
but that is that is equal fan voting. Who
That's the
in every
same thing.
competition is the same thing. You're gonna have your friends, your family, your neighbor, your dog, your cat, the dolphin, anybody voting for you. That is the reason when you work in certain organizations, uh, is like, oh my God, like you want them to make it to the top. Okay, this is my best examples, and I'm gonna call it out. Working for an organization like for a country like Cuba, where in Cuba you cannot do a pageant, you see a lot of Cuban people say that, oh my God, why this person is not making it? Oh my God, are you liking it? Are you sharing? Are you voting? I mean, it's easy to say that that girl is beautiful, but where's your like? Where is your share? What are you doing to help that contender from Cuba, not any other
Mhm.
country, to make it to the top? Then don't complain because you're not doing your part. You're like, oh my God, the organization XYZ did nothing. Okay, they were saying that they were doing popular vote. Why you don't vote? Why instead of spending money buying you Zara or Versace, vote for your girl. If you want her to shine, if you really want your girl to shine, you're gonna do something for her. You're gonna vote.
Right.
So
It's
in
all
this,
words and no action, right? It's all word, no, it's all talk,
exactly.
no action.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
you can't depend on the national director to fund everything, because I mean that's not the case. That is not
It's not her
the job
job.
of the
No,
national
it's not her
director.
job. No.
The job of the national director is also to share, get everybody voting, get people hyped up. But the girl has to do her part.
Mhm.
The family needs to come along and do their part,
Yeah.
and on. It's a chain reaction.
It's
If
a
you're not,
campaign. You're campaigning for that
it's a
girl.
campaign.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's countries that have easy ways to get the money. Fabulous. There, because it happens,
Hmm.
fine.
Exactly. Exactly.
Countries like Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Cuba, these we all small countries, there is no way that we are going to be able to get fan vote to the level of a nation country. It's impossible unless
Oh, come
everybody,
on.
not only the Cubans, but then everybody else joins in. So
Maybe
a lot of people
The
complain
Puerto
and
Ricans should
say,
ask, maybe they should ask Bad Bunny maybe to vote because he has tons of money. What about Ricky Martin, J Lo, Mark Anthony, all the rich Puerto
there
Ricans?
you
Because they're voting for them.
But
there
that
you
is the
go.
thing.
Yeah.
I think the last time we saw Cuba to be that remember that we saw Cuba making history when it comes to fan base or voting or whatever was in Miss International, the year that was very iffy. It
Shelby.
was a year
Hmm.
when Shelby was top five, and before Shelby, uh, um,
She was in the
Raquel.
second position in fan.
Hmm. So we had
And
two Cuban
Raquel.
queens
Hmm.
that they were top five. That was history for us, and of course, um, and I say thank you, but because they needed to move. I mean, they
Mhm.
have people they knew how to convey a message, but that doesn't happen all the time, you know. So when it comes to fan base, either your family needs to have that money, your friends. Fan base is formed by family, friends, neighbors, and outside that too.
Mhm.
So when somebody said like
Hmm.
this person that you don't understand talking about the family, fan vote includes family, friends, best friends, enemies, whatever you name it. That
Anybody
includes
that you
everybody,
right.
So
Yep.
Yeah, it's as simple as that, people. If you want
Hmm.
her to succeed, do everything in your power to campaign for her. Period. End of the story. Okay.
I heard one time, allegedly, I heard one time that in the Philippines, somewhere in the Philippines, what they do is like, allegedly, it's like they're working. So what's mandatory for every coworker that have access to the computer, go and vote. Every person in that job,
Mhm.
vote for Philippines. So if that is true, which I will
Well,
not
at
would
least
be
at least
doubting
at
that
least
is
the
true,
free
they're
vote. Yeah.
doing it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
If the vote is free, go ahead and
If the vote
coordinate,
is free, go ahead.
Oh, exactly.
And sometimes you can
And
vote.
these votes are they don't cost that much money, honestly. If you really
No.
look at one vote, $1, something like that,
Yeah.
what costs you a
35 bucks.
dollar? I mean,
Mhm.
you spend more money, again, Starbucks, going out to the
Sacrifice.
club and having a drink, happy hour. I mean, you spend your money in other
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Suspend your membership for OnlyFans. Yeah, you can live without OnlyFans at least for a day or two, right? So
Exactly. Put it
anyway,
on pause.
there you
Put it
go.
on
Exactly.
pause.
Yes. There is a high chance we might see Michelle D in the second edition or the regular MGI. Yeah, I think Michelle D would be a great contestant. Okay, okay, by the way, she's a terrible host. Somebody asked, what do you think of the host? I think Emma Tiglau did well. I think well, that guy, the Colombian guy, what's his name, Daniel or something like that? I think he's
Hmm.
Venezuelan. Daniel,
Danielle.
he was
Uh-huh.
okay. He was like he didn't do much for me. I think Matthew Dean, the regular host of Miss Grand National, he
I
would have
was
done
hoping
better.
for him. I
I was
was
hoping for him too.
hoping
Like
for
Danielle
him.
is good looking, but he's boring. He doesn't do anything for me. And
The thing is that I think there's a reason why he was there.
because of his wide connection with
Um,
Osmel, I think Osmel recommended
no,
him
it
to a
has
lot.
nothing to do.
So
No, no, no.
what do you
It
know?
has nothing to do.
Spill the tea, baby.
I think what he wants to do ultimately what he's trying to do is trying to get MGI in Telemundo. Okay.
Ooh,
So
okay.
MGI into Telemundo. Okay. So there is a
Interesting.
reason why Daniel was there. There's a reason why Nawat was in Miami a few months ago
That makes sense.
before the pageant. Okay. And he's been in Telemundo twice already. So I think ultimately that's what he's trying to do is to trying
Okay.
to get MGI in Telemundo. If he is able to get MGI in Telemundo,
Miss
that
Universe needs to
is
close
going
the
to be a
doors and
big
buy.
boom for him.
Wouldn't that be interesting if
That's going to be a
MGI, wouldn't it be interesting if MGI actually opens an office in somewhere in in the Americas, maybe New York City, maybe, or Miami, maybe, like Miss Universe. Well, Miss Universe is now only
yeah,
based
but
in New
who is going to
York.
run that?
I'd run it.
But who would run that?
I would run it.
You would run it? You're going to
Why
offer,
not?
you're going to submit your
I'm
your
going to be the vice
resume.
president. I'm going to be the vice president of Miss Grand International Organization in the Americas. All right.
Okay, I
In
want
the
to be involved
Americas.
in that.
Okay.
I want to be the eternal judge. I want to be the mean one. I want to be there like, I don't care, I will give you one. Go to your mom
So
and cry.
anyway, going back to Michelle, I think she's a terrible host. She needs to stick to acting. Forget about co-hosting. Okay, she did a terrible job. Emma Tiglau, wonderful. Danielle, okay, okay. But I would have preferred just maybe two co-hosts, maybe Danielle and
Hmm.
Emma Tiglau. We don't need Michelle D. Okay. Uh,
Hmm.
Now let me see. Yeah, I want to see Michelle D compete in Miss Grand. I think she would make a great contestant. Hello, Rafa. Oh, hello, Bajrat from India. Hello, Rafa. Good morning. How are you people? How's everything in India? Everybody's fine in India? There is a high chance you might see MMD in second edition, also, blah, 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 etc. Noemi, this is not about fans vote. The 200,000 US dollars is funding by the contestant and her family and her team. Well, yeah, you gotta have a lot of money, resources.
Of
Okay.
course.
Yeah,
Pageants, listen,
they're
pageants are
very
not cheap.
expensive. Pageants are very
Who said
expensive.
it was? I mean, Jesus, whoever tells you that it's cheap, no, it's
Needs to
not.
wake
This
up.
is a luxury. This is not a something cheap. If you want to compete in any pageant,
Hmm.
regardless whether it's local,
Hmm.
regional, national, international, it costs money. There's a
Of
lot to
course.
invest.
Yeah.
Nobody
You know
says it's
who
going
would
to be
be
free. Nobody's going to pay for your way. Nobody, your national director, some of these national directors only pay for your entry fee to compete in the pageant. Everything else you have to fund and find for yourself. So yeah, pageants are not, I'm a pageant director. I know they're not cheap. And as a director, it comes out, it's also our money
Comes
that
out from
we're
your own pocket.
investing as well.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah,
Nobody's
You know
that's
funding
who I
right.
me.
would,
Nobody pays my rent or my bills.
Didn't you
you
almost
know who I
didn't
would,
you almost get evicted, Noemi?
don't start that
Almost
rumor.
homeless with Tina.
Almost homeless. Look, that poor homeless national director from Miss Cuba. Poor
Yeah,
girl.
God.
She had her little chihuahua all alone in the street. Please, somebody
and
help
out in the
them.
streets,
You know
and
who I
out
would
in the
have been?
streets in
You
Las Vegas.
would be a great host for me for this particular kind of event? Marina Summers. You know, she competed in RuPaul Drag
Yes.
Race edition,
Mm,
and she did a great job in Miss Universe Philippines. And
okay.
because of the All Star kind of thing and the way that it is, she would have been an amazing co-host, or at least
Maybe
like
for the
with the
second
judges
edition.
for the
No, I
second
think we consider it
edition.
for the second
Like
edition.
I
Mhm.
feel like she could be like the Catriona
Yeah.
of the MGI, like doing the behind the scene with the judges. What do you think, Lupita? Tell me, do you love transgenders?
You know what something's missing? They need to bring backstage commentators. That's what I miss.
Yes, that's what
If they
that
have,
I live
yeah,
for
all
that.
the all the what is going on, the all the dissing happening in the backstage. What's happening? Show us what's going on with the girls. How do they feel after they were eliminated and whatnot? I would have wanted to see Miss United Kingdom's expressions, or Armenia's expression when they were not included in the top 18. I think that would have been a viral
That
moment
was
right
sad.
there. Yeah, that was
I
very,
think
very sad.
that was sad. I
That was very sad.
cannot. I mean,
They're
although
they're,
I
they're calling
wanted,
UK Miss El Tocuyo. She won the Miss El Tocuyo award. UK. I feel bad. I feel bad for Harriet.
I feel bad because from all the MGI girls that were competing, she was one of the ones that I was rooting for. There
Mhm.
was one of the
Mhm.
girls that there were some of them that I was like, well, but I mean, oh, and this is another thing. Gazzini was a copycat in one of the moves. You know, the signature. I mean, I know a lot of girls do it, but for me, when you see doing this, for me, that's a signature pose of UK. That was she knows how to do it. For me, I love when she do it. She do it, and Gazzini tried to do the same thing too. I was like, why are you trying to copycat? You have your own style. Come on, girl. You don't
Yeah.
smile. You got this. But I think for me again, and I will might blame fan vote. That is the reason why this some of the good ones were left behind. I mean, you
Yeah.
cannot tell me that she was not a strong contender. Like
Mhm.
she, I love when they were doing the photo shoot. She nailed those pictures. She looked gorgeous. She was having fun. And Armenia,
Yeah.
gorgeous. Come on, people.
Armenia, perfection. I mean, her swimsuit,
Ugh.
with that printed animal hat, matchy with the purse thing. Oh my
Uh,
God. I've never seen such look before. Never.
and
Not on grand
and that
stage.
is the thing that's another thing when you see girls
I
that bring their own
expected
style.
more. I expected her to place like on
Yeah. She and UK. I mean, there was like, I probably
her
Hmm.
would
and
have,
UK were the ones that I wanted. But then when they added the vote, the fan vote, that's
yeah.
when everything went to hell.
You know,
If
they
they
could have, you
wouldn't
know
have
what?
had that,
They could have had a top 20. They should have like made it a top 20
they
instead of
could
a top
have had a top
18.
20 and they
You
would have
know,
placed.
they could
Yeah.
have placed.
Hmm.
Play. Now, biggest
Yeah.
she was one of my favorites, Mongolia. Mongolia from day one, she made an impact on me. And I
Hmm.
was so happy she made the top
Yes,
18.
I
Okay. I'm
was
so happy.
happy.
Now, the biggest what the fuck for me was China's Ziwen Quinn. This is the girl who she just came out of nowhere. She was the one who during the interviews with the judges, she wore this Rachel Gupta pink gown thingy that Rachel wore when she was
She
competing.
wore
That's
the same dress, basically.
yeah, it's basically the same dress. Maybe it was
It
Rachel's
was the same
dress.
dress.
It was just altered,
It was
to fit her
Rachel's dress.
to fit her size. No
I
Mhm.
wonder. Maybe
I just want to
Rachel.
say
How did
I
she
don't know
get
if it was
Rachel's dress?
China.
Did Rachel sell an auction on eBay or
Because
something?
that dress is on it's that
It's
dress is in the boutique where it's still in the boutique. It hasn't been sold. So
Oh, no
the girls could rent
wonder.
that dress. Yeah, the
Okay.
designer that did that dress is the designer that did the dress for Amis for Cosmo.
Vietnamese guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he has the two dresses actually that Rachel used.
Okay, that makes sense. But anyway, China, like what the fuck? Where did she come from? I would have like removed her and either replaced her with UK or Armenia, basically.
Or
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
Dominican Republic, for me,
Dominican
those three.
Republic, Nicole Puello, she was okay,
No,
but
the model-esque.
oh,
If you look at the
What's her name? Danilex, I think.
that
Yeah,
one, I would have
Girl,
put her.
the guy with the
Wilfredo,
big
you're
hair.
obsessed with
Yeah.
that girl. The
The
one
what?
with the afro, yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
she was
for
much
me,
better.
Wilfredo's obsessed with that girl.
yeah, I love her.
Well,
I was
she
like,
competed in top model, didn't she? She's a model, basically. Yeah.
yeah, but when I mean, I don't care if she
Yeah.
doesn't speak
Hmm.
English. Somebody was saying, oh, but she doesn't speak English very well. How about those girls that, even Colombia? Come on, people, the one that won. I mean, but I would prefer her than the other girl from Dominican Republic. I
Uh-huh.
am so sorry, but for a moment, when I saw her in swimsuit, I was like, are you a bodybuilder? Somebody has so much testosterone. Her body looked very masculine. I'm like, something is wrong with this. I didn't
Well,
like
to some
her
people,
personally. I
that's
did.
very
I
attractive.
didn't. I was kind of surprised that she made it. I'm like, you made it, and I I'm gonna say something. Big mistake. I think maybe one of the things that they need to correct. Normally, if you know already that AY and Z won the special awards and going to the competition, you don't make a mistake. Like already in the top 18, you see Vietnam as the world's vote, like the fan vote. So then, because that happened, oh, we need to bring somebody else. No, either had that fixed already from the beginning, or no, if the fan vote is the same one that is in the group, no, leave it there. To include China, no, leave it 17. It's okay.
Yeah, I
We
would
can
have
buy
wanted,
more
yeah,
time.
if they're gonna put a Chinese girl, I would have wanted to see Mika, the trans, whose husband, yelled at Omar. That would create probably more drama, I think,
She's trans?
But it is what it is. Myanmar made it.
Mika is trans.
Mika's trans. Didn't you know? I mean, when she speaks, she has a very manly voice. You didn't know?
Just be just because she sounds manly, that doesn't mean that she's trans. She
Well,
might.
she looks very feminine because she's petite. She's small framed, and she's very, very, very delicate features, and she's petite. Yeah, so that's why,
I
she
wonder
looks very
if she's one
womanly.
of the ones that competed in Miss International Queen and didn't place. Because there was
Yeah, she
one girl
competed.
that.
She competed in MIQ. Yeah, she did.
So then she's the one that didn't place. Because I didn't have it in my radar
Yeah.
either.
Well, there's also Laos, Milanda, the one that Omar gave a 1 on swimsuit. The girl from Laos, Milanda. Yeah, she's also trans. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, can we just do like a judges vote in there? Like, on the
No,
judges vote, can
no,
we just
because you
ask
need
the
to
judges?
engage. You really need the fan votes are not going away. You really need to engage the
No,
fans.
no,
This
no, no,
this
no.
is how.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
talking about if they knew that that was happening, they're like, okay, judges, for the first time, we're gonna give you 5 minutes to decide which girl behind us is gonna be the top 18 there.
Hmm.
They would it be putting them in their spot and then there, not to bring that girl from China, God forbid. I'm like, come on, people.
Right.
No.
Uh-huh. Anyway, so three of the girls advanced to the top 18 because they won special awards. Like Mongolia won the runway challenge, and then you
Mm-hmm.
have
Well
Myanmar who
deserved.
won the portrait challenge, and of course
Mm-hmm.
Vietnam, the World's Choice Award. But since Vietnam had won the World's Choice Award and also made the top 18, they had to pick another one to as the top 18 eventually. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how it went. So anyway, somebody's saying Osmela and Lupita Jones should not be judges in beauty pageants. You know what? Sorry, but they're judges.
The judges
But they shouldn't be
and
judging anymore. Their standard of beauty is not clearly inclusive. You can see them giving low scores to Asian countries and high scores to Latin countries. Well, they're biased. That's what judging is all about. It's you're always going to be biased towards a specific contestant, whether it could be your friend, whether it could be your fellow countryman, countrywoman, you have a special relationship with this person, regardless. But it is what it is. Who would have replaced Osman and Lupita? Who do you think would have made a better
Mhm.
judge besides Osman and Lupita? I don't know.
um
Somebody who's really objective, right? Somebody who's really fair, no bias whatsoever. Somebody like Omar, for instance. He doesn't have any connections with all the girls, okay? And that's why he's independent. That's why a lot of people like him because,
we need more Omars.
we need more Omars. Exactly. Somebody who is not easily intimidated by any contestant, by public pressure, by public voting, who fights back with the public, who fights back with the contestants who harass him constantly. Omar, why did you give me a one? It's not fair. Blah 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 blah. No, please give me a
Because
better,
that's what you
better
deserve.
score. You know.
No, that's what you deserve. I'm sorry. And you
No,
are lucky I give you a
no,
one.
no delegate should be contacting any judges, period.
How
That
would you
that should
treat?
be
Okay.
an automatic out.
How would you do the same thing as Omar did? Like, let's say Noemi or Wilfredo, if you were judges, like Miss
Mhm.
Grant, whatever, and then one of the contestants,
Mhm.
message you privately, Noemi, how come you gave me a poor score? Wilfredo, how come you didn't give me a better
I
score?
don't respond.
You don't respond?
Mm-mm.
I don't
Really?
respond.
You don't
I
interact?
don't
You don't
respond.
interact at all?
No, you are
No.
blocked. You are blocked from my social media,
Well, why don't you just tell them,
and
listen,
I
according to
will.
according to the rules, contestants should not be
No,
even
because I don't
communicating.
know, because then there's evidence. There's evidence you're implicated in something. So I will not respond. Okay. I would literally go up to the national, whoever is the
Hmm.
owner of the pageant,
Ah,
and
okay.
say, listen, this person contacted me in my social media. I did not respond. I'm just letting you know,
Yes.
so you know.
And then you can send her packing.
That's the best. I
No
think
refundable money.
that's the
And
best
that's it.
resolution. Yeah, because it happened to me. It happened to me when I was judging
Because
Yeah.
once you respond, then you're implicated. The person is going to continue talking, and then there's a back and forth. And no, you
Yes.
don't, you're
Mhm.
not there for that.
The reason I
You
asked
know,
is because it happened to me when I was judging Miss Universe Bahamas 2015, I think. And then one of the contestants who was very popular messaged me on
mhm.
Facebook, okay, and she gave me this SOB story, whatever, blah 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 blah. And I took a screenshot and I showed it to the national director, Michelle Malcolm. Michelle, this is what one of the contestants did, okay? And I don't know what happened after that, but eventually this girl did not place high score, did not even make the
No, because
top
you're
five.
not
Yeah,
following, you're not following the rules. You don't
exactly.
supposed to be engaging with the judges. Another thing is that you have to understand that you could ask for feedback after the pageant. Once the pageant is done, that's when you, as a delegate, if you want to continue in pageantry, you could go up to any of the judges and say, in what areas do you see that I need to better myself?
Exactly.
And
Plain and
that is
simple.
the best way to go about it.
Hmm.
Not, oh, why did you give me this? No. What,
Hmm.
because then you're showing maturity, you're showing growth, you're showing that you are open to learn and to grow as a contestant. But if you're going to go with that attitude, right there, you're telling me that you're not fit for this pageant, period, or any pageant. Because if
Yes.
you're going to be defensive,
Forget it.
then you got issues. You got
You
issues,
got
And I
serious
and I
and you
issues,
got to fix
baby.
whatever that is.
and I would love to
So
add this.
then come
I would
back,
love to
because
add
it's
this.
not easy. It's not easy.
That's not.
And I would love to add
Mhm.
this because I will be very, very honest. And I always say that to any candidate or delegate that I'm coaching,
Hmm.
especially when the family is involved outside Miss Cuba organization or any other organization that I work. But if I'm coaching somebody one on one, SYNC organization, I say this to them. Since the moment we start working, I don't care who's your friend, your mom, your dad, they need to prevent to make comments because sometimes a good delegate If I'm a director of an organization and contestant number one is amazing, but the people around her, family, friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, coaches of that person are problematic or full of drama, guess what? That contestant number one is not going to be chosen, not because she is not worthy of it, it's because if something happens, if we choose that person and there's a disagreement, there's going to be a problem with the people behind that delegate.
Mhm.
And this is the thing, if my wife whatever is competing in all star, my husband decides to whatever whoever, and I see a number one, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna be like, okay, and then I will be like, honey, show them what you're made of, don't cry. It's one person giving their opinion. That was the moment to be a gentleman and hold back, because what people and fans doesn't realize is when you are acting like a ghetto, you're acting like a low class, your actions can influence and affect that person that you are supporting or working with.
Yeah. The ripple effect. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
So you need to be mindful when you have somebody working with somebody, you literally need to train not only that person, but whoever is behind that person through this journey. Like, don't make comments about somebody else, because social people are not realizing
Especially with
social
social
media
media,
is
everything.
there.
Yeah. This
Screenshot, and that can affect that person's participation. I have seen it. I have seen girls that are amazing, but because their mom or their dad or whatever made a comment or attacked somebody else, right there, you tarnish your daughter or whatever family member or friends participation in that particular pageant because of your own actions. So I think that's something that people needs to learn. There's ways to do things. Like what happened with Myanmar. She was 18, she whatever drama she had. But one thing that I would be good is control your feelings, because it's every time for Eastern Cuba doesn't make it to the top through Noemi's organization. I'm gonna be like screaming. I want to insult every panel of judges. We will never make it. There's ways
Well, Miss
to
Myanmar, Miss
handle
Grand
things.
Myanmar, it was actually the fault of her national director. I think that should have been
Oh,
part of her preparation
definitely.
as well. Yeah,
He
because
wasn't
Hmm.
able to.
even he was immature. Even
Yeah.
he
Exactly.
was
Hmm.
ill-mannered and whatnot. So again, it comes down from the top and it trickles down to the bottom. Ripple effect.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
uh, somebody says Wilfredo would be a great judge. LOL. Is that a joke?
I don't
I
know,
think
but
I think they're being
Are they
sarcastic.
being sarcastic? They're saying no.
yeah.
We don't want Wilfredo to judge.
No, because I will be giving ones from left to right, and they say, "Boo!" I will be like, "Yes, give me more. If not, I will die like Tinkerbell."
Speaking Batuta, hi. It's not Naomi, it's Noemi. It's Noemi, not Naomi. Not Naomi Campbell. It's Noemi Melendez. Okay, that's her name. Yeah,
AKA the
people
vampire.
confuse Noemi with Naomi Campbell all the time.
All the time.
All the
All the
time.
time.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Tito
Yeah.
Rafa. Hello, Runway Poppy. Thank you. Rafa, we are ready to welcome Grand welcome Grand in India. Is India really preparing for Miss Grand? I'm hearing some stories. Nothing. I think they're still preparing. There's an issue with the national directors of Miss Grand India. That's what I'm hearing. They're being very, very difficult.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of
Yeah.
stuff going
How,
on. And
yeah, that they're
plus, there's not.
how they're involved in scamming some of the contestants from Miss Grand India. Some of them spoke up. Remember they did a video condemning
Uh-huh.
Miss Grand
Oh
India
yeah.
Yeah.
organization of starting charging them with all these extra money, extra fees that I never knew before. It was a lot of hidden charges, so to speak. So yeah,
Mhm.
so basically the directors of Miss Grand India are scammers. They're not any different from all the other ones like Nikhil, Anand, etc. So that's what I'm hearing. So I don't know, we'll see. It's in October, so anything can happen between now and
Well,
October.
let me tell you, we're already what in June, okay?
Mm-hmm. The sneeze is
And
there.
we don't even have half of the girls for Grand. We
Mm-mm.
don't even
Right?
have half of the girls already selected for Grand. So I don't know what's going on. Same with Miss Universe. I
Yeah.
feel like everybody's kind of like slow in the process of like crowning their girls or
Mhm.
selecting or whatever you guys plan on doing. Um, get on it because it's already June. We're already halfway of the year,
I know, right?
and it's November the pageant in Puerto Rico, and um,
Hmm.
we have what Miss World as well in Vietnam, and then we have what else?
Hmm.
Is it
Well, we have
World?
Miss Cosmo. Miss Cosmo is in December, right?
We still waiting.
Okay.
It could
Because
be. It could be January.
okay, because Nawat is doing his second edition of MGI All Stars in December. So there's gonna be
So
like
it's not because of no one. It's more because of logistics. I think
okay.
they have some offers in regards to some resorts in
January in the
the area.
US is gonna Miss Cosmo, January in the
No,
US.
no, no. It's not going to be in the U.S.
Where?
Not going to be
Is
in
it
the U.S.
is in Vietnam and another country?
In Vietnam. It's going to
Again.
be in Vietnam next year. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I think
need.
you should
But it's
stay in Vietnam for at least for the first 5 or 6 years. Yeah, just
well,
to
the reason why it's not going to be here in the U.S. is because of all
visa.
the situations with the visa and
Okay.
the and there's a long list
Wait,
of
yes.
blocked countries
You're right.
to come into the U.S.
Hmm.
So thanks, Trump, for that list. Um,
I know, right? Woohoo!
because
He's doing
it's
his
a
job.
long one. It's a long one, and there's some countries there that I'm like,
Yeah,
really?
countries you don't want to enter in America. Okay.
So, well, not, I mean, but there's like questionable ones that I'm like, do you really need to block them? What did they do to you? So, yeah, but there's,
HB1s. A lot of
huh?
HB1s, HB1 abuse, HB1s.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the thing is, that's the issue.
Okay.
Um, and it was already discussed in the beginning of this year because remember, I was going to get, I was involved in the whole
Process, yeah, of
production.
applying for fighters.
So
Okay.
I actually told them to put a hold on United States for now because of the visa problems, because they're going to have major problems. And
Hmm.
they don't have the same backing like Miss US, Miss US, Miss Universe in regards to getting visas and stuff like that.
Well, I
So,
would think too, some countries we probably will have a hard time getting a visa to go to Puerto Rico for Miss Universe because it's a US territory, so it's the same laws apply, I would think. And then, oh, by the way, too, like okay, Raul, his situation.
mhm,
Um,
mhm.
have you guys
He can't go to
ever
Puerto Rico.
have you guys ever wondered why is he living in his yacht, which is parked somewhere in Monaco, off the coast of Monaco, since November? He has not been able to return to Mexico. Have you ever thought the reason why?
They've already said the reason why.
What's the
He
reason?
Well, because of the links that he has with the cartel.
Hmm.
So they're not allowing, like like if he tries to get into Mexico, they'll be
Hmm.
waiting. He got
Hmm.
charges waiting for him. So
Right.
same thing with Cannes. While he was in Cannes, the event that we were participating in, he was supposed to be there with your bestie, um, and they were
Karma?
not allowed to enter to enter the hotel because the
Okay.
hotel per
Right.
se
Right.
said
So
that they
that's
didn't
that's
want.
what I heard, but I'm hearing a different story. I heard that all that is rumor, it's not true. That Raul,
No, 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 that was true.
well, according to that French magazine Entrevue, but I have another
Woo, woo,
source. I have another I have another source who actually attended the same meeting with Raul. Raul had a
Copy that down.
meeting inside the Carlton Hotel in Cannes along with Fatima and another MEO executive, and they talked about some project regarding the pageant being held in Puerto Rico. So they had an annual meeting, and this source of mine actually sent me a screenshot, a photo of him right next to a famous fashion designer who's also involved with this project. So, okay, this is very
In the
interesting.
yacht, in because you
Yeah,
know that the
he's
Carlton has the yacht area where
right.
everybody
Yeah.
parks.
And
So yeah.
they consider that part of Monaco, I guess, as an international territory. That's why he's
Hmm.
able to park his yacht
Hmm.
by the shore. And that's where
Yeah.
his family lives. He, his wife, his three children, no, two boys, two young boys.
The boys.
And that's why every time Fatima goes to Cannes, she always has this photo shoots by the dock where the yacht
Hmm.
is parked. Yeah,
Yeah.
but French government will not allow Raoul to permanently stay in France because he's not wanted.
Yeah.
Now, the
He's
next
not one.
question is, with his current delicate situation, how the fuck is he able to organize a Miss Universe France? Is he going to organize that from his yacht? Is he going to run the Miss Universe France contest from his yacht? I bet you he's probably just gonna crown a French girl who comes from a rich family. That's it.
And
That's
send
it.
her and
Yeah,
send
and
her.
this girl could be ugly as hell. As long as she's rich, as long as she fits the requirements of being a Miss Universe contestant, come on in, girl. Bienvenue. Welcome to Miss Universe family.
Hmm.
You're Miss France now. Okay? And
That's
this
so
is the
sad.
it is very sad. And now this is the reason why the Miss France organization suspended its participation in Miss Universe because, Miss France is all about prestige. They really,
Yes.
really put an utmost
Hmm.
importance on prestige and branding. To see a Miss France associated with a mafioso, with a criminal like Raoul,
No.
okay,
No.
is just going to tarnish the
You know
image.
that there's levels of how you call it, of like rich people.
Mhm.
There's levels.
Are they really?
They are. They
Which
are.
level,
They're
which
they're
level are you,
levels.
Noemi? Which level are you?
Honey, I'm at the bottom of the bucket, honey. I ain't rich,
Your bottom
but
feeder.
I'm the bottom feeder.
You,
Um,
you take what's left over. Okay. Oh,
I
$1.50 on
take
the
what's
floor.
left
I'll take
over.
it.
That's
I'll
how I
take it.
survive. I'll take it. I'll make it work. That's how I survive. No, but there's, especially in Europe, you have the old money, the very, pristine, the Miss France pageant comes from a very long lineage of a family, organization.
Hmm.
And it's all about tradition and values and prestige. And it's very sad that they had to, make that decision, but they have to think about their brand
Hmm.
and they're not going to allow anybody to ruin their brand. So
Hmm.
it's sad because it's been many, many years. It's a long relationship that they've had with the Miss Universe organization, and it
Right.
was very sad to see that. But it just it is what it is. We'll
Right.
see. Puerto Rico
Yeah.
is going to make it happen. If it wasn't because they had already had that deal with Puerto Rico,
Hmm.
uh, I could guarantee you that the Miss Universe pageant would not be held anywhere, because what other country besides Puerto Rico was going to grab it?
I don't,
Raul,
yeah, I cannot remember any other country that placed a bid.
no, nobody was bidding. Nobody has bid. Period. So this could be the last one if they
The
don't have
last,
anybody, anything. The last Miss Universe.
you
If
think?
they don't have anybody next year, where are they going to
Well,
host
not
the
see.
pageant?
Okay, not only okay. Well, all right. Scoop, 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 scoop.
Uh huh.
I actually asked Omar, and he replied. Okay,
Uh huh.
and I wanted to know why. the situation with Raul. How come he doesn't want to sell Miss Universe? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
the reason
ego.
being is that if he sells Miss Universe, that means Fatima could be possibly dethroned by the new owner, whoever takes over Miss
Of
Universe. That's one
course.
thing. And the second
Mm-hmm.
reason being that Fatima's father would not be very happy because Raul and her father are supposed to be like buddy buddies.
Mm-hmm.
They're good friends.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
should Fatima gets dethroned, imagine her having a very fragile personality, a very fragile ego. Anything can
Mm-hmm.
happen. She could like start hurting herself or doing horrible things to herself, whatever. So that's my opinion. That's not Omar's opinion. That's my opinion. But that could possibly eventually happen. If, should
I mean,
Raul sell Miss Universe, and there's no way in hell he's ever going to sell Miss Universe because he wants full control. Even though Conan, I think is it 50-50 still? I think 50-50, right? Conan 50, Raul 50, or
Mm-hmm.
is it 51-49? I forget. But anyway, even if he decides to sell Miss Universe, he probably will only sell 49%. He wants to keep 51%, so he continues to get the most of the control. But there's no way in hell until Fatima finishes her reign as Miss Universe 2025, then maybe he will think of selling the organization, the pageant. But for
He
now,
needs to let
yeah.
it go. He needs to let it go because he's already done the damage. The brand is so damaged at
Mhm.
this point, you know, to the point that Puerto Rico, the original amount of money that they were going to fund the event now went half. The fact that they were very specific. The Department of Tourism in Puerto Rico was very specific on what they need and needs to go on. It needs to be
Mhm.
transparent. It needs to be, Raul cannot be involved in any way, shape or form in the production of the pageant.
Mhm.
The only person that is basically showing the face is the other guy, Rolando. Rolando, is it? I think it's Rolando.
Roland Day, isn't it?
Roland.
Roland Day. Did he even
Roland.
has he gone to Puerto Rico?
Yeah, Day. He's the one that has basically been traveling.
Back and forth to Puerto Rico?
Yes, he's been
Yeah.
meeting with the Department of Tourism in Puerto Rico and the government. So he is basically the point of contact at this point,
Mhm.
in the face of Miss Universe, in Puerto
Okay.
Rico. So, but again, I've always said if it wasn't because Puerto Rico already had signed a contract, had already negotiated.
And everything is fully paid. All the $9 million is paid, the hosting fees, all that stuff is paid. It's fully paid.
Miss Universe wouldn't have
Noemi, your
a country
connection,
where to
Your
step
connection,
up
yeah,
and
yeah.
host the pageant after.
your
Yeah,
connection. We didn't.
you're breaking
Uh,
away, yeah, on and off. Anyway, so I would think that the Puerto Rican government has paid all
is
the
it
$9 million
fully
dollars.
paid? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think they have. So, yeah, but I think no, whether or not
Yes.
Puerto Rico has banned Raul from entering the territory, that is another rumor. I heard that he is allowed to enter Puerto Rico because he's friends with the governor. That's
Please.
what I'm hearing. Or he can always park his yacht off the coast of San Juan, by the I don't know, by the historic district of San Juan. I think with his family there and Fatima taking photo shoots and stuff.
Listen, it's not. I would not. I I would not. Let's put it this way. I wouldn't advise him to do that in Puerto Rico. Let's
Hmm.
okay. Just
You know
don't do
why?
that. Don't do
Allow
that
him to.
because
Just take him to
we
La
crazy.
Perla.
We
Just
crazy,
look. Just,
and we
just,
get back at you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look. If he arrives to Puerto Rico in his
Don't do
yacht,
it.
the first spot that they will take him maybe is La Perla, and that's it. And from there he will go. I don't
Exactly.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
He'll be
people
swimming.
watching. Yeah. People, by the way,
He'll be
people watch.
swimming with the sharks.
Okay, there are like
Oh,
170 people watching. Please, people, please like this live stream. Please help this channel grow if you haven't subscribed yet. Please, please, please subscribe. Again, this is like a campaign, constant
yeah.
campaign for me to reach out to my viewers. People watches my live streams and my videos,
Mm-hmm.
but you people hardly subscribe. Okay, please subscribe. Okay,
Look,
subscribe. And if you
Quiet
feel
Mercy
very
says
generous,
that,
please donate some money. We always appreciate a little
please.
money here and there, okay, to help pay for Noemi's uh, apartment rent. No, I'm just kidding. She
Look,
doesn't. She's frozen.
Quiet Mercy said that he or she wasn't being sarcastic about me being a judge.
Yeah, I think he was.
Thank
Yeah.
you. No, he said, I wasn't being sarcastic. Love you, Wilfredo. We need more brutally honest judges. I
Oh,
always be honest.
yes.
Thank you.
Yes, please subscribe. Thank you, but thank you, Bwack 9693. Thank you for subscribing and also keep liking because we want YouTube to, we want the algorithms for YouTube to so they can be able to share all over the world. Yeah, this is the problem with this with the people who watch the show. I mean, they don't subscribe, and that's why sometimes there are days where I feel so frustrated. Why am I even continue doing this stuff if nobody's subscribing, you know? I mean, people always praise me. Oh, Rafa, I love your videos. I love you're always very enlightening. You know a lot about pageantry. Okay, well, have you subscribed? You know, people are not subscribing. I just don't understand. Anyway, so
Mhm.
all three of you can actually be judges. Of course, we've all judged. All three of us have judged several
Mm-hmm.
pageants. Yeah, we're
We've all done
professionals.
it.
We're
Mhm.
professionals. We are professionals, okay? Um, yes. Thank you, people. Thank you for subscribing. Please, 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 please. Anyway, so going back to Raoul, yeah. See, this is one thing. Just because this French magazine Entrevue says one thing, it doesn't mean it's true all the time. Okay. And that's why you always have to be very
Mhm.
cautious of what you read on the internet,
Mm-hmm.
especially on social media. Uh, and also, I'm hearing that Raul is really a nice guy. Oh, really? Well, uh, the person who said it was my source, who actually met with Raul, in Cannes. But I told this friend of mine, listen, just because Raul is nice, it doesn't mean that he's actually nice. So do me a favor and keep a certain distance from him. And remember,
Well, Pedro
everything.
Escobar was nice.
Yes, Adolf Hitler was nice, okay? Just remember,
Mhm.
everything that glitters is not always gold. Just remember that.
Hey,
Mhm.
Judas was nice, and he was the one that
That betrayed Jesus.
betrayed Jesus. So just saying,
Hmm.
like, I mean, I don't know. I think it is sad. I think Miss Universe needs to be canceled this year. I think
Ain't
that
gonna
the
happen
Miss,
because the contract is already done. It's a done deal.
It's already
yeah, but
done.
It's gonna
It's a done
continue.
I mean,
deal.
I know, but is I'm maybe, maybe just maybe, but maybe this is the last time, and that's it. you
Hmm.
know and if for some reason uh for that universe get depressed, if she get dethroned before she passed the crown, she want to hurt herself, well, that's the result of your own karma, if that would be the case,
Oh,
because you didn't thought about the feelings of the other sister queens, whatever you say. I mean, again, when something is not rightfully yours, you will not succeed or shine. And there's some Miss Universe that their year are being great as if,
hmm.
but this one is not being great. This one is being blackout black. Like,
Well, did you see somebody sent me a screenshot of Fatima's story. This is regard to the MGI All Stars. The screenshot is a photo of a virtual art gallery, okay? And on the wall, you see three framed photographs. One of Nawat crying, when he was apologizing to the public, etc. And
Mhm.
then another photograph of a beauty queen. I think it could be Lupita Jones, but the picture was kind of fuzzy, it was grainy. And another beauty queen, maybe it was Jimena. So all those three people, to a certain degree, do not like Fatima. So that's why she posted all these three photos on this virtual gallery wall or something, and people were commenting like, "What does this mean? You know, what is she trying to convey? What message is she trying to convey?"
But this is
Obviously,
the
Nobody
thing.
obviously, she's
Nobody
cares.
cares. She's a
Nobody
child.
cares.
She's immature. She's not a real person.
she's
I
going
don't
to
She
Washington
care.
D.C. Did you know she's traveling to Washington D.C.? I wonder what
but
for.
congratulations. She can go to Italy and
Whatever.
meet and sleep in the Vatican for 1 week. That doesn't make her a nun or a saint.
Hmm.
I don't care about her. When all jokes aside, or any objectiveness or opinions that I have about certain pageant queens, my true feeling about Fatima is she is not what you see. If you when you know and it's been exposed that a panel of judges didn't choose you, when it's been exposed that you got that crown because of certain people wanting you to be the queen, you don't deserve that. If you really
Hmm.
live by the spiritual belief values that you so profess, you will have dignity. I will respect her more if she would have said, you know what, I didn't know that this was happening behind. I find out this. I will advocate my title because I want to win in the right way, not in this path.
Yeah.
But we
It's
all know she's not like that because everything started since she's been competing in Miss Universe Mexico or whatever they
yeah.
call it
She's
now.
not a quit because she's still obsessed with the crown. She wants to keep that crown
Yeah, like
until the
she
Williams.
like people is upset that, oh my god, people don't like Fatima. Nobody like Fatima since she won her national title. Only four girls say hi to congratulations among all the contestants. So if in your own national pageant nobody likes you, what do you
Yeah.
expect? You have the same sick personality. She needed to, and I will continue saying it, she needed to use that bad acting, drama, whatever. Oh my God, now what, just to catch attention because
Yeah,
she
I
was
think that was all
invisible in
scripted.
Thailand. Of
Gee,
course, was scripted.
yeah,
Uh,
I think everything was all. I
Nobody,
think that was all fabricated. I think it was planned by all along by Raul and Fatima, and also
exactly. And
yeah,
looks what
it was
is
all
and
planned.
looks what is happening.
They would
But again,
Raul did everything in his power to destroy Nawat, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't have,
oh,
you know what? It didn't work. It didn't work because, look what happened. Now what is free? Now what could travel wherever he wants. He's
Hmm.
doing his thing. He don't care. So
Hmm.
he passed the page. Where's Raul? Stuck in the goddamn boat. Nobody even freaking cares. Okay? Because you can't do shit. Sorry, my expression,
How
you
the
can't do
hell?
shit. So
How the hell can Raul still afford to live in a yacht off Monaco? Where I thought I would think his assets were not frozen by the Mexican government anymore, unless he has some money stashed
deal.
away in the Swiss banks or somewhere in Europe.
of course, these people
Yeah.
always have stashes of
Like
money
Con Ann
stashed
has some money
somewhere.
stashed somewhere, maybe the
Yeah,
Cayman
but
Islands.
Well,
whatever.
he's
I
living the
mean,
life in Mexico, but
Uh-huh.
nobody
I
cares. Again,
mean,
let's change the subject because we're giving her a
yeah, no,
platform, and I don't want to give her a platform anymore. Like for me,
All right.
I've deleted her
All right. So
completely.
assuming probably the chances of this happening is probably almost impossible, 0 to 1, whatever. But assuming that a new owner who's honest, professional, has a high ethical values, and who's actually passionate about pageants and who has a lot of money, successfully takes over Miss Universe organization, would you still consider going to Puerto Rico for Miss Universe under the new ownership? I would.
If it was new ownership, yeah,
I
because
would. Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
I
completely
would.
new
I
Yeah.
mean,
ownership.
And
But
if
I would, but they
again,
need to hurry
I'm
up
not going to
because
support. But that's not going to happen at this
criminal.
time. Like again,
mm-mm.
it's but I'm not going to give my money to somebody that is in that realm. Period.
Mhm.
It's my money. I work hard for my money, and I
Mhm.
don't plan on giving it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
I
Whoever wants to
prefer.
go. Give him your money. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What you're doing is you're
I know a
paying
lot of
for
people
his
who are,
time in
I
his
know that I
little
want to
yacht.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care about it, honestly. I would prefer to give my time and money to MGI All Stars because it had a brighter future than the Miss Fraud Universe organization.
I bet you probably, I would think maybe the majority of Puerto Ricans who are actually living in the island will probably attend the pageant, the finals, or
Of
at
course,
least
they will
some
go.
I
events
They
mean,
will
or
go
any of the
because
events
they're
related, any of the events related to the
they're
pageant.
gonna go because they're gonna choose an amazing contender for Puerto Rico.
Do you think she's gonna
Um,
win, Jennifer Barreto? Do you think she's gonna win?
Barreto.
Barreto for the
Yeah.
win? Okay.
Barreto,
For the
Not
win.
Genesis?
yeah,
Not
she's
Genesis Davila? I want Genesis though. I like
well. This is the
No,
thing.
Barreto.
Barreto, still, she's beautiful. She impact, but they're not gonna crown her, and I want a crown, and that's what I stand. Right? They're not gonna crown a married woman or a mother. They're not gonna do it. So for me, even though she had the qualities or the beauty, speak communication skills, she's getting there. But honestly, I want a crown. I want another Denise Quinones moment. So if they're gonna choose somebody, somebody that literally is going for the crown,
Uh-huh.
not somebody that's gonna be a top five. And under this organization, honestly, like as of right now, we know if she wins, we are not having a new Miss Universe. That and Puerto Rico is been fighting for another Miss Universe crown and had sent
My God.
amazing delegates
It's almost
that
20
could
years since the
have,
last Crown Puerto Rico won, right?
yeah, almost 20
Wow.
We
almost
should
20
have
years, no,
won.
already 20 years.
We
2006.
had opportunities to win, but they didn't give it to us. Let's be real,
Which one?
because
Which
we've
one?
sent girls that should have won. That I
That's
Yeah,
said that we have sent
like
girls, plenty of girls that should have
yeah.
won that didn't win, that didn't advance
Yeah.
for because of
Yeah.
business reasons. Because let's be real, it's a
Hmm.
business. So because of business reasons, and
Yeah.
whatever.
Do you remember Ingrid Rivera from 2008 in Vietnam?
Hmm.
She was a favorite. She
Yeah,
was a front runner, but what happened? What happened?
uh
Why did she not place? Was it
that
because
was a long story.
Magali did not pay the franchise fee or
but
something?
Magali didn't pay the franchise, so she was there like a lot of people, maybe some people don't know. You if you don't pay what you need to pay, the organization will allow the contestant to travel, but
Hmm.
they will not place. And that had happened before, like in Miss World. Before Puerto Rico stopped making it to classifying until 1985 with Iris Matias, something like that. After that, we were like sending good girls and nothing happened. So there was a rumor that Puerto Rico was not paying the franchise. So technically, it's like you can go, but you will
But
not
you're not gonna
place.
place. Yeah.
So when
Hmm.
Desiree Lowry became the national director for Miss World, out of the blue, boom, we started making it. We started top, top, top. So that kind of honestly kind of support those, you know, comments that they were circulating in the pageant world back home in Puerto Rico decades ago. So
Mhm.
it's the same thing. There's some pageants that they will allow you to compete, but if you don't pay, boom. And I think Magali, Ingrid was more beautiful in Miss World than in Miss Universe
Oh, for sure,
International.
100%. Yeah.
Hmm.
Magali destroyed her Ingrid. Ingrid was already beautiful. There was
Hmm.
something that that they didn't need to touch her. She was. I call her
Yeah.
one of my Wonder Woman Boricuas because she had this flawless beauty. Like she was beautiful. And it's
She
a sad
was.
thing because
Those blue
I know
eyes.
she wanted to represent Puerto Rico Miss Universe and make it happen, and she didn't. And it's kind of funny because almost the same prototype, that like nice tan skin, blue eyes. Look who won. Somebody that almost is the same prototype when it comes to color of the skin, the eyes, and everything.
Mhm.
So, but that was happening with Ingrid. Like the director didn't pay, and that's how
Yeah.
then decided to cover Miss Universe Puerto Rico. And we made they needed to pay the debt that
Mhm.
Magali left, plus the new entry fee and stuff for the new delegate Maya Matos, and she made the top five. Which for me, and I will stand by it, for me, she was the winner on that edition. I don't say that Puerto Rico needs to win every year because by all means, I will be the first one to say no. But there's some girls that are being sent that could have won or should deserve to win the title, and they didn't.
Mhm.
It's been already 20 years since Puerto Rico won with Zuleika Rivera. We have seen amazing delegates. Uh, this is what happening. So this year again, if this beautiful girl from Puerto Rico wins, and if the trend continues, we already know that the most that she's gonna make is top five. They will not crown somebody that is a mom.
Yes. Okay. Moving on. But anyway, Raul is welcome in Puerto Rico. I'm
No,
just,
he's not.
trying to say.
No, he's not.
But if he doesn't show up, that means what the fuck is it? What missionary is
He's
not gonna
not showing
happen?
up because that was part of the agreement.
Yeah, but I thought Puerto Rico demanded confirmation if the results are going to be transparent completely or whatnot, and they got it, right? What did
Yeah.
what did Ronald Day say to them? Give any more
I don't know. I
information?
wasn't in the meeting.
I wasn't in the meeting. I was sleeping when that meeting
I
happened.
wasn't in the meeting. No,
Somebody's
I mean,
asking, Noemi, when you say business, does it have anything to do with Telemundo as well? Yeah, of course.
of course,
Yes, everything is business.
everything is
Yeah.
business.
Yes. But anyway, so
But
so I'm hoping, I'm really hoping to God. Okay, I really wish Miss Universe, gets to find a new owner, much better owner, and that if that happens, heck, I'm gonna be, you know, booking a flight right away to Puerto Rico.
so, but right now
So
you're not going, or are you
right now
going?
I'm not going. Right now
You're
I'm
not
going.
going.
I'm not
Okay.
going. I mean, who
Okay.
knows? Maybe I'll disguise myself and then just go to spy. What do you think?
Just dress like Conan. Go as your alter ego, Conan.
Right?
Mm.
I ordered new wigs from
Oh,
Amazon.
Jesus.
Okay, because I have this my new project. Okay, as you know, Miss USA 2026 will take place in
In
Miami. So
Miami. Mm-hmm.
in August. Okay.
Yes.
Honestly, it shouldn't be even happening because
Mm-mm.
the president, the
Mm-hmm.
CEO, Tom Broder, is currently in litigation with his with the director of Miss Texas USA, among other
Mm-hmm.
things. He's also being
I thought
sued
that was dismissed.
by Layla. It was dismissed after Will Henderson, the state director of Texas, finally got the document that he was asking from Tom Broder.
Oh, okay.
Only because he subpoenaed JK and MEO to give him a copy of that document, and Tom could have
Gotcha.
given him the document right away, but he was like holding back for some reason. So yeah, it was dismissed. But now Tom is suing Will Henderson of Miss Texas USA because he's accusing Will of trademark infringement. For some reason, Tom Broder thinks that he owns the trademark of Miss USA and Miss Teen USA. No, it's JKN Miss Universe who owns the trademark of Miss USA and Miss Teen USA. And he also
Yeah,
thinks that
he's only the administrator. He's only doing the pageant. That's
he's
all.
only doing, in fact, he only has the license, okay, to conduct the
Exactly, the
pageant,
Exactly.
license.
but he doesn't
He
own
only
the
has the
trademark. He
He
is
doesn't
license
just
holder.
own
yeah.
the
So anyway,
Mhm.
as you know, what happened? Okay, so originally there were 16 states who he was going to do an open call, a casting call for 16 states.
Mhm.
But now Texas can now have their own state pageant. So now that boils down to 15 states for open calls.
Mhm.
So I have this crazy idea. So I'm going to be
Jeez.
doing like a parody of the open call. So I'm going to be playing like different state contestants. So that's why I ordered all these wigs. I look at red
Oh
race.
my
I'm going to be
God.
playing. I'm going to be applying for Wyoming. I'm going to be applying for New Hampshire, with different looks, different. So I already have the
Mhm.
script made. And also I'm going to play, Tom Bruder. So I ordered this fake
I
beard
would
on
love
Amazon.
to be La Osmel Sosa in Nuestra Belleza Latina in there with you, and I would be like
I'm going to order.
ripping the picture. I say you don't have the entrance to Miss USA house.
So
I
instead of
cannot.
Tom Bruder, because I don't want Tom to sue me, I'm going to change my name to simply Tom. Instead of Bruder, I'm going to use Frauder. Get it? Get it?
No,
God.
Tom Fraud. Fraud, because it's a fraud.
no.
Tom Frauder. Tom Frauder. Don't you like it? I love it.
I would say Maud Robert.
What?
Maud Robert. I can't. I mean, at
So
this
Yeah.
point,
that's
just do a Miss USA reality show and call it a day. I
so
don't
that's
know.
going to be my next project. So watch out for it, people. Okay, I have all the script prepared. I have all the wigs laid out and all my little accessories, to look like a Miss USA contestant and whatnot. So yeah. I can't. Of course, I'm going to be using filters. Hello, because I don't have time for makeup. So I'm going to be using like either YouTube filters or TikTok filters to make my legs look more feminine and much better looking than Miss MGI Vietnam.
Oh my God.
My God, Dad.
Yeah, so I
Oh
can't wait to
Lord.
see Tom Broder's reaction about that. Anyway,
Oh my
so
God.
moving on. Geez, Rafa, LMA, Miss USA is such a mess. So glad I decided not to compete in that dumpster house. It
Yeah,
is a dumpster house.
it
It is a
is.
dumpster house. It's just so sad, especially with Texas. Texas is the
The
biggest state.
legacy. The
Texas is the biggest state in
legacy.
Miss USA. It's a legacy state. To think that they're going to do a casting call for Texas? Ick. No way.
Nah, bad.
Uh-uh. So there's a lot of
Oh well.
litigation going on. Okay. A lot of
Mhm.
litigation. Okay. So going back to MGI All Stars, I think we're pretty much all set, right?
Yeah.
We pretty much said what we have to say.
Mhm.
Mixed reactions. We didn't agree pretty much on the judging system. Well, the choice of judges and whatnot. There were pros and cons of the votes, of the public votes. Everything is like pros and cons, pros and cons. Nothing is
Mhm.
perfect. Either you like it or you don't. But I think for me, this whole voting procedure, this format is very confusing for me. I'm an old school pageant fan. If you're gonna put the public votes, make it simple. Don't make it too
Mhm.
complicated, okay? And put a certain limit because people are confused. Okay,
Yeah,
I don't want to
exactly.
see the website crashing again doing the second edition,
No,
okay?
they should shut it down before the pageant. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
have it until a certain time and
Mhm.
then just shut it down. This way they have time to do the
Yeah.
calculations.
Okay. Right, exactly. And by the way, I forgot to mention too. Remember doing the preliminaries where the bare face challenge. Okay, so the girls
Mhm.
only had 3 minutes to remove their makeup on stage.
Mhm.
Girl, please, what are we talking about here? There's no way that a woman with a full face makeup can only have 3 minutes to fully remove all her makeup. Honey, no, you need to wash your face with soap and water to remove all that makeup. 3 minutes is not enough. So some
Mhm.
of the girls, I don't know if you noticed, some of the girls were slowly wiping, removing their makeup, hoping that at least some makeup would remain on their face. Okay. But they were
Mhm.
like, when you compare that to Miss Laos, Milanda, the trans
Yeah.
woman, she literally removed all her makeup. It was very plain,
Mhm.
it was totally bare. But some of the girls
Yeah.
had some little makeup on, even eyelashes. Gazini had eyelashes on.
Mhm.
Czech Republic had her eyelashes. So instead of 3 minutes, I would require maybe next time, just let the girls wash their faces at least 10 minutes before the show, before they come up on stage, and let them come on stage with totally no makeup, no eyelashes, no
Mhm.
nothing.
Exactly. I
Just like
think
Miss
they did it
Earth.
just
Miss
to
Earth,
like Miss
that's Miss
Earth.
Earth's sister.
And that's
Yeah.
one thing that I love about Miss Earth. And I don't love too many things about Miss Earth, but that is the only one of the few things that I like about Miss Earth when they do the bare face competition. They should have just go like, okay, now girls change from evening gown with a pair of jeans and a t-shirt that says MGI All Star Ponytail, everybody.
Right? Pulled
Wash
back.
Mhm.
your face.
Uh-huh.
That like this is like a modeling casting, and go for it.
Uh-huh.
Because this is the thing right there. That is a good move. People don't. It's like I tell models, when you take care of your skin, it's
Mm-hmm.
less money that goes to Photoshop, more money for your pocket. The less money they need to
Mhm.
invest of fixing things, then there's more space for you to
Right.
ask for more money because they're saving money. So
Yeah.
I love that part about the removing the makeup, because then you can tell,
Yeah.
if you feel confident, if you're beautiful, if you take care of your skin, you
Uh-huh.
know, and things like that.
Yeah.
It's like, for example, like Miss China,
Uh,
that with the husband or whatever. I
Nika.
was seeing one of the pictures, and was kind of
Mika.
interesting
Mhm.
when you see her in the wedding with the pale, all
Yeah.
this,
Uh-huh.
and then when you see the other pictures, it remind me those videos that you see in TikTok and YouTube, when you see some Asian girls doing this makeup and they look amazing, but when they remove everything, even the contact, the fake teeth, you're like,
Yeah.
whoa,
I
who
know.
are you?
Yeah, I
So.
mean, some
Mhm,
girls, I think it was Noemi who said like some girls look much better without makeup and some girls look worse with makeup.
mhm.
That happens every
Mhm.
time during the pageant, all the time. Oh, guess who's watching? Dell, darling, the extra with Dell. She's called Mess Earth. Yeah, Mess Earth, totally. How are you, darling? Dell, we love
Mess.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl, please, when are you going to join us in our live chat? Okay. Opinion on Thailand's bare face. Which Thailand girl? There were like four
I don't
Thai
know which one.
girls. Which one? Was it Tarina who made the top 18? I think she was also wearing lashes, wasn't she? I don't remember. Oh, speaking of Thailand, you wonder, there's so many beautiful Thai trans women. None of them competed in MGI All Stars. No trans women. They're all
Mhm.
biological women. What's up with that? What's up with that, Thailand? Tell me. Talk to me, people. I don't
Ca-
understand, you know?
Maybe because it's something new. Maybe they're waiting to test the waters. Like allegedly,
That's
some people
BS.
were saying
Mm-mm.
that.
Uh-uh. Mm-mm.
I,
Total BS.
for me, they were testing waters to a certain degree. Remember, and this is not defending Nawat, but I think the trans community, like full figure or over a certain age kind of group of girls, are being already burned out with a bad experience about being used with under the Miss Universe or Fraud Universe organization, because it's all about money, which any person with a type of degree of common sense will know that already from the get-go, but hopefully they learned their lesson. So
Mhm.
my best bet is that they were waiting to see how this will play out. And I can guarantee you that now that they saw three trans women, one of them making it to the top three, and the outcome here and over there, that might inspire them, because no trans woman in Miss Universe has passed the first cut. After the first cut, like top 20, top 30,
Somebody,
whatever.
no, wasn't it Miss Portugal made the top 10, I think, at one point?
Yeah,
Didn't she
but
make the top 10?
I don't know, but they haven't made the top five kind of thing.
Oh, no,
That's
that's
what
not,
you
yeah,
expect.
it's only a
You
matter
know,
of time, I think, eventually.
exactly.
Yeah.
If that ever
Mhm.
happens, unless the new owner change the rules, which will I love, to be honest.
Yeah.
So that is the thing, that maybe they were waiting for that, because allegedly they were saying that Michelle D was waiting.
Yeah.
Allegedly, she said like she wanted to see first how the first edition goes before she decided to compete in All Stars.
On other news, guess who signed up for Project Runway season 22?
Miss
I know. I saw
Universe,
that.
Albany.
Arbany Gabriel, Miss Universe 2022. I can't wait to watch. I haven't seen Project Runway ever since, actually since last season, when VJ Floresca, the first trans woman to win
Mhm.
uh, the contest. Now I'm so excited to see Arbany. I know she's an incredible upcycling designer, and I just love she's
Mhm.
very talented, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see the season Project 22, season 22 rather. So yeah, woo, good
Yeah.
luck, my baby girl. Good luck, Arbany.
I
Woo-hoo.
like her.
All right, production from a scale of 1 to 10. Quick. How would you rate the production? I'm gonna give it a 8.5.
I would
Noemi,
give it a 9.
a 9?
9. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mi amor, Wilfredo, 1.
I gonna give them a 10.
A 10.
Fabulous. A 10.
All right. So, do you think, okay, do you think who from this first edition do you want to seek return for the second edition? Ghana?
Can I
Remember,
be honest? As much as
I
I
don't think
like
so.
Ghana, I think Ghana has done what she needed to do.
no, no, no. She needs to compete in Miss Universe. I want
Yeah.
to see her compete in Miss Universe. Yeah.
I
That's
prefer her to
Ghana.
see, I prefer to see her in Miss World, not in that. Look what happened with Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah. True. That's
We can
true. You
we
have to have a
cannot
strong
look.
passport, right? Since Ghana does not have a strong passport.
I mean, look what happened with Cote d'Ivoire. You don't want to say a strong African contenders
Yeah.
like Cote d'Ivoire or French like like Guadeloupe, beautiful woman.
Yeah.
You don't want to send girls that are strong contenders.
Uh-huh.
And what happened? I would prefer to see her in Miss World, to be honest with you.
Uh-huh.
Um, I think from this batch, maybe whomever didn't make it, or if they made it, they deserve better placement
Yeah.
than the top five or top three. But I think Ghana did what she needed to do, and that's it. I think she needs to be happy. I think,
Yeah. I
Yeah.
would rather see her compete in
I don't
Miss
think she needs
Universe.
to come back.
No, I don't think she needs to come back because she's making
Yeah.
no,
a mark. And not
I
only
think
that,
we
she's
need a new batch,
yeah,
yeah,
a fresh batch. Okay. But
yeah.
but but yeah, but
a fresh
Colombia,
batch.
Vanessa will have to defend her crown though. Isn't that the premise of this
Yes.
whole edition?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she
Mm-hmm.
has to defend her
Mm-hmm.
crown. And if she wins the second edition, then she gets $1 million. That's what I understand. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who else? I want to see let me see. I want to see Mongolia to come back in the second edition. I think she has potential. I want to see maybe United Kingdom. I doubt United Kingdom will come back because I
I don't
think
think she'll come back.
yeah, I think she feels very, very discouraged after what happened.
I think
Mm-hmm.
this
Yeah.
experience, mind you, that she deserved to place higher in Miss Grand International, but I think now with the new way of judging and points and whatever,
Hmm.
I think that was a slap on the face. I think again,
Oh, for sure.
Armenia have so much potential,
She
but
has so much
again,
potential. She has so much potential. I
there's
thought she
some,
was going to place in
yeah.
Miss Grand last year. Really, that's what I thought. Because she has so much personality, amazing. All right, let's talk about the judges. Okay, give me your bottom two judges that you would score a 1 or a 2.
Um,
The Thailand guy, what is it, the
Oh,
environmentalist?
Cy Scott.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll give him a 1.
Why?
who's
You don't
that
like
one?
him?
The one that was dressed in white, or
You don't like him? Why?
the one that was dressed in white, or the other
I
one?
don't think he knew what he was doing. So
Well, the only reason why Noah invited him is because he has a huge following and is very popular.
exactly.
He's a
So
active environmental activist,
exactly.
conservation.
He said,
Yeah,
right.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
So
yeah,
If he's the one that was dressed in white, the last one to give points, I like him.
yeah.
I think, and this is me, not because they're bad judges or what, or they have a certain degree of lack of objectiveness, but because of conflict of interest, I will believe that 1 or 2 points for judging will be Lupita, Osmel, and Abina, just because the conflict of interest. I wouldn't I would put them away, not because their lack of judgment, because again, I congratulate them, especially Lupita, of
Uh-huh.
how she was judging the trans queens, especially with her point right there.
So
I
you
applaud
you would give
her.
her a 1 or a 2, Lupita?
Yeah, but just
Yeah,
because of the conflict of interest, because of conflict of interest,
yeah. Me
I will
too.
mention those three
Yeah,
just because of that.
yeah. Me too.
But yeah, just because of
I
that.
would give it Lupita a two, only because she started this drama with Omar. She falsely accused him of, being hateful towards the Mexican girl because, in other words, she accused Omar of being guilty with association only because what happened with Fatima and Raul in Thailand last November. So that was the impression that she got from Omar, and Omar had to correct her. I don't know if you saw this.
Yeah.
You saw his story
Uh,
that he posted against
and
Lupita.
I'm glad that
You
he
know,
corrected her because number one, Lupita is not a saint. She knows that a lot of people in
she's
Mexico
very
don't like
uptight.
her.
Lupita comes
And
across as a very uptight person.
and she has made her comments towards the current front universe, and then she's like, okay, I said this, but at the end of the day, this I say, you know what, woman, you know that in Mexico, for what I heard, allegedly, they cannot stand her personality, and that it's been one of the problems of why they don't want to work with her. Some productions.
Oh
That's
yeah, I
what is
believe it.
the
Yeah,
you know.
totally,
So I give her
totally.
kudos about voting with the trans community, but also some people take it too personal at the end of the day, and your life doesn't depend.
Maybe she just doesn't know a lot of trans women. That's why she has all these preconceived notions about trans women and trans people in general. But
Exactly, and I respect her views and her visions because I have my own when it comes to, again,
mhm.
transgenders competing in a pageant,
I don't
but
have an
this one is
issue.
completely different.
I don't have
I
an
have
issue.
an issue but not in this one.
As
It's just
long
I
no,
believe
as
that.
long as you look like a woman, talk like a woman, build like a woman, I'm fine. After all, we're voting based on your image, not so much so as
Mhm.
whether you have X chromosomes or XY chromosomes. As long as you can pass up for a biological woman, you're fine with me. Somebody posted, Omar Harfouch just posted that a major announcement will be made from MGI All Stars. What major announcement?
I don't know. Maybe he will become associated with now what?
What major announcement? That Colombia is
Mm.
pregnant and that Ghana will eventually succeed her? I'm just kidding.
Ah, that.
Faith should go for a rematch with Vanessa after she prepares $200,000 for the votes.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus in heaven.
where's Vanessa? Where's Colombia getting all her money though? She must have a lot of rich friends and rich connections, I think,
Yeah, but she did. I mean, again, putting aside
She competed well.
the
She competed.
putting that is the reason
She was the one.
That's true.
she did a good job. I mean, an evening gown is
She was
the
number
only
one
time that
since day one. So it's like,
I felt that she kind of went under Ghana. But other than that, she competed flawless too. I mean, if they would have crowned Gazzini, then I would have a problem.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, me
I
too.
will
Sure.
I will have a
Me
problem.
too.
I mean, again, but that part right there, I mean, I'm happy with the results. I'm happy with the two girls holding hands.
Mhm.
I'm happy with Vietnam. Very well deserved. Putting aside the
So
voting score that we already discussed that like for 30 minutes, um, the those three they really deserve it because they shine at the end of the day.
yeah.
Um, period.
So I wouldn't be surprised if the next edition they invite the national director of Philippines to judge. Jonas.
well, he was there.
Yeah, he
Jonas
was
was
there.
there.
Yeah, Jonas and the entire Miss Universe Philippines team was there.
Yeah.
And oh, rumor has it too that they might take over the Miss Grand Philippines franchise from Arnold. So I don't know whether that's true or not, but
I don't
we'll
know.
see. Like, why would they
I
do
don't know
that?
because Arnold is doing a great job.
Arnold,
So I don't know.
exactly, with Miss World and all the other
Yeah.
pageants,
So
Oh, by the
I
way,
don't.
I sent a message to Jonas. Jonas, you need to drop Miss Eco International after all this scandal
Oh, yeah.
Please.
controversy. Drop Miss Eco. It's a cheap pageant. It's tacky. The woman who's running it she's a con artist. Just drop. Stop sending Filipino girls to that freaking cheap pageant. Okay, get rid of
Hmm.
it. Okay. So anyway, I think we're gonna wrap it up. So we all love
Hmm.
the pageant. We all love the winner. Everybody's happy with Colombia winning, etc. Now, the next big pageant I think is Miss Supranational coming up
Yes.
in
Hmm.
July in Poland. Anybody go to
Yes.
Poland?
Mhm.
Anybody here? Who's handling the Cuban franchise for Supranational? Do you know? Is it the other guy?
It's up the end. He's the one that has it's his first year. So
Okay.
he's the one that does like the Cuban team pageants. So he just
Okay.
recently got that that
Okay.
franchise.
Should we expect
This
Cuba
is his debut.
should we expect Cuba to compete in MGI All Stars second edition?
If they had the
I don't know.
money.
Why did you send Liz Garcia?
She already won. She don't got nothing to prove. She already won her crown. So
I'm gonna sound like my alter ego, Bianca Del Rio. If you do it right the first time, you don't need to be here.
I love that. I love
With
yeah,
that.
with that with that being said, if you are one of the OGs and you won without fan vote, you won because you won and fight that crown. You don't need to go back to come back to All Stars. All
Mhm.
Stars is for people that didn't make it to the end and won.
Yeah.
Don't be selfish. If you have already if I see a Miss Grand International winner competing in All Stars, I mean you're selfish. Unless they do a winners All
Uh-huh.
Star edition, then yeah, that's fair. But
Right. Yeah.
Liz did her due, pay her dues, and like I said, when you do it right the first time, you don't need to come back.
What about Fatima competing in All Stars?
Oh,
oh
she would be
please, bye,
burned.
bye.
Nobody would watch.
Nobody watch.
Oh, that's funny. Okay,
All righty.
people, we're done. So thank you guys for joining us, for watching this live stream, and we really appreciate all your help. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Help this channel grow. And please, 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 please be kind to one another. Um, life is just too short. The the pageant world, it's not a big industry. I mean, it's a very small community. I mean, well, France is growing, but it's still a very small community. So we need all the support that we can get. Support your queens. Start saving money if you want to vote. Your girl, your queen in the next one, in the second edition. Okay, and yeah, please continue supporting all our channels, all the pageant related channels. Follow all of us too. Follow Noemi, Miss Cuba Director on Instagram. Follow Wilfredo on Runway Poppy on Instagram. Of course, Critical Beauty Official on Instagram as well. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week. What's today? What's the day today? Is
It's
it?
gonna be
Saturday.
Sunday.
It's Sunday.
It's gonna
So
be
have a
Sunday soon.
wonderful new week this week, okay? And please be kind. Please don't be nasty. Only Wilfredo and I have the right to be nasty,
Exactly.
okay?
Oh, and one more
And maybe
thing,
Noemi to a
people.
certain extent.
Please be ready soon. You will learn in less than 30 days. You will learn who will be the next Miss Cosmo Cuba
That's
and the
right.
first
I
Miss
forgot Miss
Charm
Cosmo Cuba
Cuba.
2026 will be revealed
So it's
soon.
coming soon. I want again to say thank you to all the candidates, all these the applicants, all the people that we were able to interview, but only can be only one person to go to each particular pageant. I want to say thank you to Miss Charm Organization for trusting in Noemi. One more time, the OG is the first one to be contacted and trust in this new adventure. And of course, whoever is coming for or is being chosen as the next Miss Cosmo Cuba have big high heels to fill because Miss Napoles Ochoa, our baby, she made Cuba proud. That one was the best Cuban queen that was sent. She put Cuba
For
in the
sure.
map from the humble family background. She worked, no mistake done, and that is the reason for, I will still saying that when you do your job, no mistakes, doesn't matter the final outcome. I will be pleased, and I want more Amirs in under the organization. You need to be have the same caliber or more than her because she sent precedents uh, of how a Cuban queen compete in this time and age, especially in an Asian country like Vietnam, which they love Amis, and we're still getting messages. So thank you very much to Vietnam for doing that. I say
Mhm.
so. In less than 30 days,
So
the new
what about the Miss Charm Cuba? Is she going to be crowned too?
yes,
At the same date as Miss Cosmo Cuba? So
Yes, that same
uh-huh.
day.
oh, okay,
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
That's going to be
Hmm.
exciting. Yeah. So please
The
give
double
us the date.
crowning.
Please give us
Hmm.
the date, the details of the coronation, and where it's going to take place.
June 28th, it will be live via Miss Cosmo in YouTube. You could watch. We will put the banners up closer towards the date,
Okay.
but it will be live. It
Wonderful.
will be live.
Wonderful. I can't wait to see the crowns
Hmm.
too. Ooh, I can't wait to see the
Yeah.
winners. Beautiful. All right, people. Thank you so much for watching. Have a
Mhm.
wonderful week. Thank you, Noemi. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Wilfredo. Thank you for your input. I always appreciate it. And thank you for all your friendship. Okay, have a
Always.
wonderful week, people. Thank you for watching. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.